Good morning, sir.
Hey,
How's it going?
we're on live now. Hey, Rick. How you doing?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not
we're on live.
losing the battle.
We're on live right now, Rick.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you working today?
Yeah, I gotta just tape a little basement, like 3 hours today, 3 hours tomorrow, 3 hours Thursday. That's it.
Okay.
$1,100 for that kind of work. I can't turn it down, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Sure. Hey, John Coopy, AZ Drone Dude, JDS. Oh, I guess I didn't send you another. I thought I sent you a link, Phantom Hodges. Hold on, I'll have to check. I just got home. Doesn't make it long. Invites. Okay.
you
Yeah,
went
I
up
just
to see
got home.
you went up to see
Hey?
the Mohawk this morning, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it rained all the way there and all the way back.
Oh shit.
Hell of a ride.
I bet.
Yeah. Here, Paul, I sent you a link. I don't know how come I missed you again this morning. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a bitch of a ride, too. You get the trucks, right? You get all the truckers very early in the morning. And then there was a ton of them. It's a long drive. I just here at 4:30. I just got back. It makes about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Holy.
Yeah. I stopped to get gas and stopped to get a Tim Hortons. Hey, John Coopy, yes. Yeah, I'm an early bird today. Well, yeah. Uh-huh.
Holy cow, what's with everybody buying a Mavic Air 2? Jeepers.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody seems to have one now. I don't know what's going on with this drone. Must be pretty damn good.
Well, everybody's got one.
I know. I'm feeling very left out. This truck is really buggering my system up here.
When you said everybody, I thought you had one now.
Well, I'm really wanting that Mavic Pro 2. I don't know why, because the Mavic Air 2 is almost as good.
Yeah.
For a lot less money, but.
Did you get yours yet? Did you get yours yet, David? Oh, yeah, big smile. There you go.
You mean this?
Yes, sir.
Oh, jeepers. Another one rubbed in my face. Oh. JDS yesterday, you today. Jeepers. So what's your first impressions?
Bloody awful. Horrible thing.
Yeah, garbage. You should just send it to Canada first.
John Coopy says, Rick, I'm left out too. He didn't get his.
Yeah, but John, you can still fly FPV. I can't fly FPV because of my disease, so I gotta just.
Hi, John. Hi, Neil. AZ Drone. JDS. Paul. So, yeah, it arrived bright and early this morning. I ripped it out of the delivery man's hand. First battery's charged. It's all updated. And
yeah. Well, I'm very happy for you, David. You finally got it.
Yeah, I keep looking at it to make sure it's still there.
JDS is you just link in. Check out this tornado they had in Toronto.
Wow.
Hey, Michigan Rutgers.
And Michigan. So
and on top of that, I started uploading a video at 4 o'clock this morning, and it's still not finished.
Wow.
Yeah.
It gave me a little bit of a scare when I was updating it. It says during the updates, it'll maybe restart a number of times. Well, it got to 98%, and it did a restart. So I thought, there, it's finished, and then it just sat there for a couple of minutes, and I'm thinking, come on, what's up? No move, 98%. It's done a restart, and then it did a second restart, 100% complete.
Hey guys, don't forget to hit that like button. I got 13 guys in here and 5 likes, so hit that like button, guys.
I did that on the way in. I know that this morning.
Somebody want to pass a lighter through the screen?
You're going to set fire to it now, are you?
What did man? I'd lose my mind if I had one.
I thought you were going to set fire to the truck.
I can't afford it. I put too much money into the freaking thing. I gotta keep it now.
I finally got to fly around the windmills yesterday. Damn it. I was going to do that today, but no, it's pouring rain out.
So, yeah, I can't hang about here. I've got to go on first flight. No, I'm just letting the batteries charge, so I'm ready to go for my holidays. The charger that I got for while I'm away, so I can charge it off the 12 volts, is due to arrive today. So all we need now is to get Lindsay to finish her work, and we can go. But that's not till Friday morning.
I'm jealous. Night train. Toronto warning, Ottawa heavy rain and winds August. That's yesterday. Yeah. Okay.
Yesterday, yeah.
Oh, I was hoping it wiped out part of Toronto. I thought that's what you guys were saying. Wouldn't bother me a bit. I mean, I don't mind the people there. I just don't like the whole city thing. Okay, well, this is just ridiculous.
Is there a store nearby you?
Yeah, it's quite a drive.
Find a Boy Scout, rub his legs together.
Well, look, I got a little, I don't know, you guys can't see that. Oh, do you see that? I can make a spark, but I can't get the freaking cigar to light off that.
Phantom Hodges says he's not getting the link, Roger.
Oh, you didn't get it again? Okay, I'll send it again.
Now I'm feeling pretty stupid.
Do you have his email, David?
It was in your pocket.
It's underneath my tripod that they got the cell phone sitting in.
Right in front of you. Oh dear.
I probably shouldn't be ever allowed to drive or fly drones, I guess, because I'm just not smart enough.
It was maybe it's not a good idea to admit it where you found it.
Well, the way my life goes, I may as well just admit all the fails. I told this homeowner 8 o'clock this morning, but he sure ain't up yet. I don't like to bother them, but I mean, he needs to get his ass out of bed here. Or I'll just hang out with you guys, forget it, whatever.
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
I thought I'd got all the stickers. I've just found another one. They certainly put another on them, don't they?
I sent you another link, Phantom. Paul. Do you have his email, David? Paul's.
I'll double check. I'll just finish folding this up, and then I'll go.
His email name's Hound Dog. There
he's there.
Yeah. Oh, he's in. He's got it.
Hey.
I'll go and check anyway, because you do it on a round robin, don't you?
So, problems with your emails this morning?
Yeah, I've had about 10 emails already this morning of other people. I don't know. I wasn't getting yours for some reason. I got that last one you just sent.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, I had a good one. My Facebook account, I suspended today.
Mm-hmm.
I keep getting notices every day about it. So I said, heck with this crap. I suspended it. I can still get Messenger, but I can't. I took my Facebook page down.
Nice shirt, Paul.
Huh? Oh.
Nice shirt.
Yeah. You can see me. But I had a good one this morning. Let me see, where is it here? I had a good email from Apple. This is your receipt for some Battle Legion for $80. But I don't have anything activated on my phone. Nothing's been taken out of my account. So keep getting this weird stuff lately.
So what's
Yeah.
with the shirts then?
Huh?
What's with the shirts?
Yeah. Well, maybe the one yesterday wasn't bright enough, so I thought I'd get this one on.
Mine's a little duller. It's a little more war than that.
Was
one,
a little
but-
more wore out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new one, fairly new
See,
one.
I'm just wearing my Hawaiian again.
Well, you know, the Hawaiian's pretty flashy, but this is pretty well got the biscuit there.
And Neil, no, I sent it by Outlook Express.
Yeah.
As soon as you click on invite, my Outlook Express pops up for the emails.
I
Give me a
went
sec,
in.
guys.
I went to my internet provider and went into spam. Nothing.
Yeah,
Oh well, I'm here now.
you'll probably get the attitude later.
Yeah, well, probably. Well, that's okay. I was last night. I didn't see you on last night, so around
Well,
5 o'clock or
I went on
And-
5 o'clock.
huh?
I went on 5 o'clock last night.
I never got nothing. I couldn't even find you.
Me neither.
Strange.
But then, I was down to Port Stanley. Went down watching the storm there down by the lake going through. They had a water spout down there. But anyways, I kept checking the phone, kept checking on YouTube and all that. Nope, nothing. I think it was about quarter after 8:30. We decided to come head towards home. So I get home, just about ready to bed. I look up. Oh, Roger was on 2 hours ago. Oh, I would been checking for you.
No, I was on at 5 o'clock.
That's
It's
weird. It still doesn't even show me. The last one it shows me was you yesterday morning.
Okay.
That
That's
was
weird.
weird. I just
Okay.
yeah. If it
Maybe
was at
it's
10 o'clock last night, and it said 2 hours ago, that had to be 8 o'clock. I said, "Oh, you want it at 8? Oh, okay."
Paul, do you use Gmail? Is that the
Huh? I know.
Are
I
you-
use my internet provider for email.
okay? I was just wondering because mine's Gmail and I never even got a notification. Nothing.
But I
I'm-
was
I'm
checking
Gmail on
YouTube though.
Yeah, I check YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
I could check it right now and it wouldn't tell me Roger's live.
Just feel like yesterday, not yesterday, but Sunday, now Squads was on. I clicked on his channel. Then I had to click in videos. Then the live stream was there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird at the moment as usual. YouTube, but I'm on Gmail and I get all the notifications from Roger and all the usual.
But here, Blind Deal says that you're on at 4:50.
Yeah, 10 to 5 last night.
Nope, I was. We went down there about 7 o'clock last night and sitting there. And
I
I
even
kept
sent
checking
you-
my phone. Kept
I
checking.
even sent you an invite last night too, and Carpenter Rick.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
You sent a link last night.
yeah.
Okay, let me check my email. Okay.
I sent everybody a link as usual.
Well, look at that. I did get a link last night. But see, I don't have email on my phone, right?
Okay.
I got it on my iPad and the computer, but not on my phone. Yeah, it says at 4:51.
Mm.
But it's funny, I couldn't find you on YouTube last night.
Yeah. Yeah, they're working on the road at the other end, and now they got it blocked off, so all the major traffic has to come through here today.
What, putting the wires up?
And I wish
No, damn.
they're changing culverts.
Oh,
We were talking about a week ago about a cell phone with a lot of data. Remember that, Roger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So for $40, I can get you a SIM card that has 25 gig of data,
okay.
which is a substantial amount. The only thing, it's an American phone number, but it has North America wide free calling.
Okay.
That's the deal, though. It's $40 for the SIM card and 25 gig of data. So I ordered one because my cell phone will take 2 SIMs. I'm going to see how good it is because just as a temporary thing, it might work for you.
Yeah,
I hear
check it
that was it Saskatchewan has real cheap cell phones
Yep.
compared to Ontario.
My pharmacist has a Saskatchewan number because of that.
Yeah.
He pays like $22 a month.
And how much cell phone costs a month you were talking about, Carpenter Rick?
The which one? The one in
American
Saskatchewan's 22, and then the one out of the States is 40 a month.
40 a month?
For 25 gig, though, that's a lot of data.
Was
And
that
unlimited-
40 US?
So that's
So it's
65
gonna be higher than that.
$65 Canadian.
Yeah.
Ugh,
So I ordered
that's
it, and I'm going to try it. It's worth the
Yeah.
try. Just that's like I only have 15 gig of data, right? But
Yeah.
another 10, that's substantial.
We pay £9 for Lindsay's SIM card. She gets unlimited calls, unlimited texts, and 5 gig of data.
That's cheap.
Now, I get with mine. I'm on a pay-as-you-go thing, which I don't use for data. I just use for phone calls. But on my tablet, I pay about £8 something for 15 gig of data.
Wow.
And when we're away, well, on my hotspot rather than my tablet, but that's what it's for. I prefer a hotspot than having it on the tablet. But Lindsay logs into the hotspot as well, and we haven't used the 15 gigs yet. But that we really only use it at the weekend, and like this month we're going away. We'll be away for a week, so we'll hit it hard then. But we've never used more than half of the 15 gigs. But again, we're not heavy users when we're away. We don't, we're not on it like we are when we're at home.
So David, I know you're a few hours ahead of us. So
Yeah.
when did you get your drone?
When? At about 10 o'clock this morning.
Oh,
So it's
good.
about 3.5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Long enough to charge one battery, have it all updated and upgraded and ready to fly.
Oh,
And then he looks outside the window and sees a rainstorm.
Be
Yeah.
quiet.
Because this is the trend with that drone, right? Everybody who gets it has to have rain right away.
Yeah,
Seems to be
yeah.
the way.
Yeah,
We didn't
if
have-
you want, I'll send it to you there, David, the rain.
oh yeah.
Here now.
Especially over to the right. Look how hazy it is.
It's
I
been
think
raining here since 4 o'clock this morning.
If
So
we
where'd
didn't
you have
get
to
the
go
rain-
this morning, there, Roger?
I had to go to the reserve.
Oh,
Yeah. So did my morning run.
no, we had wasn't too bad a day, but late yesterday afternoon, we started getting storms coming through here.
Did you get the new updated rules, Paul, about the kids on the bus?
Not yet. 28th of August.
My dad got an email from the same company you work for, and apparently the kids don't have to wear a mask if they don't want to. They're not putting any shield in the bus for the driver. Nothing.
I know they're not putting a shield in for the driver, but the driver's got to wear a mask that they
mask.
provide.
Yep.
That they provide, not
Yep.
us provide. We can't have a reusable one, and we
It's-
also have to have a face shield when they're loading and unloading.
Yep, my dad just quit. He told them to shove their job up their bum.
I heard a lot.
He's like, if I gotta be protected, I want them to be protected too.
I know
Yeah.
2 bus drivers right now that are probably not going back.
Here in Quebec, all the bus drivers almost quit.
Yep.
And because here the law is if your kid's under 12 years old, doesn't have to put a mask on. Like 12
It's,
years
uh,
old and up, gotta wear a mask.
It's 8 now in Waterloo region where my kids go to school. 8 years old and up, they have to wear it. Under like 7 and to 4-year-olds to 7-year-olds, if they can wear it, they should wear it.
Okay.
Well, they're saying here grade 3 and down don't have to have one, but it's recommended, and grade 4 up have to.
Okay. No, it's all screwed up.
Oh yeah, it needs to be the same across the whole board for everybody because it's the easiest way to keep control of everything.
Yeah.
That's
I have
it.
a meeting I have to go to Friday on the 28th.
Well,
So-
I didn't want to say nothing, but I got tested 3 days ago for the COVID. Yeah, I don't have it, but
Yeah.
I had a sore throat for
Under
over a
five.
week.
Yeah, Night Train says under 5 over there.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I can understand that. Like my 5-year-old, we went to the funeral yesterday, and she wore hers through the whole funeral. The boy, he's 8. He had it off a couple times, but they did
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, the
Night
buses
Train
were,
also speeding bus drivers.
the buses were hit really hard here this year because they had to get rid of a bunch of old buses, because now the buses can't be more than 10 years old,
Okay.
I got
There
a
you go,
line.
Carter. There you
Sorry?
go, Carter. Get yourself a bus.
I was just gonna say,
Oh,
I got a
there's a
line on
ton of
one.
buses here for sale right now. Man,
I
oh
got a
man.
line on a Bluebird. I forget what year it is. It's a full size with a automatic tranny in it for $1,000.
Well, they're getting scrap prices for them.
Yeah.
Right now.
The thing is, like, every time I try to turn around to give Rich some money for this drone, this freaking truck blows up. So I'm putting the school bus aside. I might sell one of my tractors. I'm like right on the edge because I'd really like to get him that cash quick.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
really debating, right? Like,
Good morning, Canadian
Talk
pilot.
about Rick. Yeah, Canadian drone pilot. How you doing?
Good morning,
There he
Rich.
Open the door.
ears must be ringing. He sent me a little picture there yesterday of some sweet little goodies he's got. A whole bunch of helicopters.
I've got a sweet little goodie here. Look, it's folded now.
Yeah. Keep
Where
rubbing
are
it
you?
in. Rub it in some more.
Where are you this morning, Canadian drone pilot? You at home or at the cottage? It's raining like a bugger here right now.
Already?
I'm just checking my windows, make sure the rain's not coming in by my windows here on the side. I had to close them at 4 o'clock this morning. Hey, Mark Shorty, how you doing?
Hi, Mark.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. Yeah, there's
Hey.
a yard down here from First Student off to it's off the one road here. There's a compound there, and there must be about 30 buses sitting in there right now. They took off the road.
Mark Shorty's asking you, did you ever try that app? It's called you can call it text free.
Text now or Fongo.
It's called Text Now and Fungu. You can call and text for free with Text Now. Well,
Actually, Rick, you want a real good bus? My company's got a couple highway coaches for sale.
Yeah. If I start loading highway coaches into my property there, people end up staying in them and never leaving. I had a guy wanted to bring a trailer. I said, yeah, come for a couple weeks. That's great. He's like, oh, can I just leave it there? I said, no, you can come for a couple weeks. No problem, but not permanent.
Yeah, my company, they do highway coaches too.
Yeah. A conversion would be nice in one of those,
Well, a lot of storage underneath, I'll tell you.
Yeah. I'd love to do something like that, but the way this Dodge has been treating me, I can't even think about another vehicle at this point. Although
Yes. You're going, right?
I should just drive my Silverado, but I'm doing the body work on it right now, and I really don't want to slap it back together half painted. Like,
yeah.
JDS, the second one's charging now.
So it doesn't make too
Yeah.
long, but you got your drone then.
Say again, Roger, sorry.
Doesn't make too long. You got it then. Your drone.
No, it came nice and quick. It came just when they said it would. I'm glad Lindsay spotted it. It's
do
I'll
you
take
guys have those? Do you guys have the porch pirates, David? Like people that'll follow the delivery around and steal off the porch? Do you guys have that problem?
not in the small villages, but yeah, in the cities they do.
Is it? I couldn't believe I started hearing stories about a year ago about that nonsense. Like,
Yeah.
Nothing is sacred anymore,
Yeah, we had a problem just around the block here. Somebody,
Did you?
but they caught him. But
Oh,
wow,
good.
they didn't catch the person, but they, heard him up on the porch and would come out, and the guy dropped the parcel and ran.
There was that one they got via YouTube, wasn't there? He'd done a whole load of stuff, porch pirating and that, and then
I
he went
see.
on YouTube and showed them what they got. What a crazy idiot!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people
You
aren't
get-
bright.
He'd be getting a freaking bullet if he steals off my porch.
Yeah, and then there was another one I saw where they put a remote camera in a parcel and left it on the porch,
No way.
and that got stolen. They opened it up, and all over the internet.
No way. That's a great idea. Jeez. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But as I say, so far so good. It hasn't reached the little villages.
Why don't you phone your guy, Carpenter Rick, see if he's awake? He's probably inside looking at you.
He already came out and opened the garage. I just told him I was going to finish my cigar and stuff there, and now I'm all happy. Now I'm all happy chatting with you guys because I missed out so much in the last couple of weeks. He can wait a few minutes. I'm the boss of me today, so whatever.
Yeah.
I hate using these tools too. They're like my least favorite job to do.
Yeah.
That's the one, blind nail glitter bomb. Yeah, remote camera.
Glitter bomb.
Yeah.
That's it. That was hilarious. He was an engineer, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like you're really into the job today, Carpenter Rick.
Actually, I had this whole job. I had the framing, the drywall, and the tape, and I subbed out the framing to a buddy of mine. I made $100 off that, and the same guy did all the drywall, so I made another $100 off that just for pricing the job. So tomorrow, I got to earn the other 1,100, I guess. But
yeah, there you go.
That'll teach me.
Yeah, there you go.
It was nice when I worked for the big company and I just got to tell guys what to do all the time. But I got my first paycheck when I went back to work, and it was $690. And I just looked at the boss. I said, for a full week, bud, this is a waste of my time. It's not happening. 40 hours, $690. No.
Mm.
That's the ex-wife getting her claws on it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no motivation.
Yeah.
It's worse because I gotta start a barn build on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then next week another basement. I'm gonna try to sub it out.
It's funny, just sitting there reading the St. Thomas police report. Same guys all the time being arrested and released. Same guys.
They should do that habitual criminal thing. After 3 times, that's it. No more.
3 strikes and you're out type thing.
That's what it should be. And I'm not trying to be a douchebag. My dad did a lot of time in jail. I get it, right? But if you want to be a criminal and you get caught, you pay the price. And that's all there is to it. And 9 times out of 10, these criminals are ripping off guys like us that, we don't have tons of extra, so what they take from us, it really hurts, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 guys here. I was just reading right now. One for shoplifting and the other one for trying to break into an ATM. And they're both later released on appearance for notice for court.
What? After breaking into an ATM?
Yep.
Well, I didn't get anything out of it.
My buddy has a pharmacy, and you know what they did? They took a loader, like a front end loader, smashed through the vestibule to get in, and robbed all the pills. Like,
Well, guys, I got something over here. It's got 2 of them. Got 4 legs, and they're bugging the daylight out of me. I'll be right back.
Mine hasn't gone out yet at all this morning.
Blind Neil's giving you some motivation there, Rick. He's going Mavic Pro, Rick. Mavic Pro.
I know. That's the motivation. Otherwise, I'd be at home in the cottage right now. I got to drive tonight too, all the way back up to Sudbury for my grandma's funeral tomorrow, which I'm probably gonna not do. Which yesterday's funeral took a lot emotionally out of me, and I don't think I want to do that twice in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something about that, Mark. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Mike Tyson's in the ring again.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, the thing is, if he wants to get in there and slug it out, that's his choice. I just hate to be the guy that he's got to fight, because that guy's still got a wicked punch. I've seen a few videos. You just run that guy over with a truck.
No, it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
It's all he's doing it for, money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Bank account must be going low.
That's the same reason why the Rolling Stones are still pushing their Zimmer frames around the stage. It's
Yeah.
You mean they're still rolling their chairs around the stage? Oh, geez. Well, AC/DC, same thing. They, all these bands are time to retire, but they partied all their money away, right?
yeah, I suppose that's a
See, I never had money. I just partied.
Yeah.
Here's Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Hi, Rich.
You mean they're rolling their chairs around the stage? There he is. Oh, jeez. Well, all these bands are. Look at that behind them. Look behind them. You guys see all that behind them? Jeepers.
Yep.
Oh, look at that porn.
Jeepers.
Helicopter porn. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You got enough of them, huh?
Can you smell the jealousy all the way from Kitchener, Rich?
Oh, buddy, this is nuts. Like when I last saw my good buddy, well, not when I last saw him, but when we were flying together. Hang on, let me just mute this other thing that's going on here. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of cross chatter. There we go. So he only had a fraction of this. And then he moved really just to the other side of the townhouse complex. And our lives got busy, and we keep messaging each other, reaching out to one another, saying, hey, we got to get out and, do some flying and stuff like that, even though I didn't have any of mine anymore because I sold mine off. He always wanted me to go out and fly because I was like the pilot and he was like the mechanic, right? So we never did get an opportunity. We were actually hoping to do that this August or September when things slowed down a little bit. And unfortunately, the man upstairs had other plans for him. But yeah, this is nuts. Like, I went over to his wife's place last night, and then she said, Rich, I'm glad you brought the SUV. That's all she said to me. And then she said, there's probably more, but I just haven't. I went down their basement. Oh my God. He was an auto mechanic, originally a truck driver, auto mechanic. That man could fix anything. Like, you give him enough time to figure something out and he'll have it running better than it was when it was originally designed to run. Like, he was that's the way he thought. Right.
Yep.
But yeah, sweet guy, gonna miss him. But now I've got this daunting task of going through all this stuff and then checking to see what works. RC Canada, I'm gonna post some of this stuff on RC Canada. Obviously, if some of the stuff I'm interested in, I might end up keeping. I mean, heck, he had 2 radios, for crying out loud. This was the one that he originally used, this JR radio. And then there was another box, and it had a brand new identical radio in there.
Wow.
What are those? That's a Taranis XD9. What is that?
That's an X9303 JR radio.
Wow. I haven't seen one of them in a while.
Yeah, I know. And it fires. I charged it up last night. It fires up fine. The menus work. Everything works. Oh, my God. It just, this drawer down here has got like, it's got transmitters, not transmitters, but receivers and antenna modules and blah. It's just like,
All right. Well, on that note, I better get to work because I still want that Mavic Pro. So if I don't get working, I'm never going to have cash.
I need Bailey's in my coffee this morning.
Did you hear the fun I had Friday, Rich?
What's that? Sorry?
Did you hear the fun I had on Friday?
No. What happened?
Blew the water pump on the side of the 400 at Big Shoot. Yep.
No.
Yep. Had to rebuild it on the side of the road.
At least you've got the brain to do that, right? I mean, yeah, it's feast or famine, right? You got to fix it, but at least you've got the talent and to do that, man. I give you credit. Oh God.
It wasn't fun, I'll tell you that. It's sure hurting the pocketbook, this truck.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
I could have
Yeah.
bought a couple brand new Mavic Pros in the last 3 weeks.
You know what? It'll happen eventually. Like, just, don't panic. Just, do
Yeah.
your thing. And,
Well, we're still doing this. I'm going to
Yeah.
actually leave you guys and go to work right now like a good boy so I can earn some money. I'll come back on break.
Get to work.
That's it. All right, guys.
Take care.
Take care,
Okay.
Rick. And remember Neil's motivation.
That's exactly it. I won't forget.
And Canadian drone pilot John Coopy says the XD9 mold.
XD9. What does he mean by the XD9? What do you mean by that, John? XD9 mold? I'm not sure what he means. Is it the transmitter he's talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what he says in the chat there. The XD9 mold. I don't know. XD9. Maybe he's talking about the transmitter. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So this is going to be my craziness over the next little while. It's
Wow, look at the helicopters.
Oh, it's nuts. It's like we've got a 400 size over there, a 500 size. I think we've got a 700, two 700s. And yeah, and then there's just, it's just, and this is just what I could fit in the room. I've got boxes on the landing and I've got a few things in the kitchen. And my wife came up to me and looked at me this morning and said, before I get home, you're going to find a place for all this, right?
Yeah. John Coopy. Yeah. John Coopy's writing something for you, Rich.
Okay. It's the X9D transmitter mold. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. And you know what? This stuff is mint. Like, it all works. And, for what it's going to be used for, if there was somebody starting up in the hobby, if I'm going to be wrenching on a few of these things and get them, and let's say if I decide to sell a transmitter and receiver, the whole electronics bundle together, all ready to fly, then someone's going to get someone's going to get a really nice deal. And the money's all going to go to Sue and the family. So I'm just putting in the time and the effort, and all of this is just going to get rerouted to my good buddy's wife. And yeah, it's all good. It just, I don't know. For me, I always believe in paying it forward. So if you can pay it forward in a small way, or if you're able to pay it forward in a bigger way, I mean, that's, it makes life that much sweeter when you can help somebody else out. So, it's always a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, Captured Life Connection. Paul Murray, I hope you're doing a lot better.
Hey, Capture
Night
Life.
Train. Night Train's in the house. I think he's about ready to go to work. Washington County News, good morning. And everybody, please don't forget to hit that like button.
So, Rich, a lot of those helicopters, they all electric or some gas or what?
I've got one,
Be right
I
back.
believe I have two Nitro helicopters,
Oh,
and one, and the rest are all electric. Yeah. So, yeah, they're I'm gonna untrap. My office space is a little crammed right now this morning. Yeah. So I've got to pick up some nitro fuel. I've got some nitro engines too, like helicopter engines. That I've got to. Oh, yeah. It's one day at a time.
yeah.
Hey, you, how you doing?
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Just getting from a good walk.
Hey, here, there you are. Good to see you.
So what's happening, guys?
Oh, I've acquired a few things that I need to go through.
Ah, these are the things you're selling for your friend?
Yeah. And then I've got some on the bed as well.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And that's what I could fit into the room.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can find a stable place to put this iPad down. I'm not bouncing it all over the map here.
Oh,
I know what
not
that's
again,
like.
John.
I got a whole closet full of quadcopters.
Yeah, John Coopy's got an e-bike for sale.
Oh no, you hurt yourself. I'm sorry to hear that. John.
I think that was one of those inside jokes.
Oh.
He may have a scratched helmet he wants to sell too. You know, I'm just so thankful that John's healthy and he made it out of that mess, man. Oh man, that was my heart went out to him when I saw him and he was all banged up there on one of the chats, and it's like, oh,
I didn't see. Was it that bad an accident?
let's just say poor John looked like he
Yikes.
ran into something that he didn't want to run into.
Oh, no. What's up,
He
David?
says, not my bike, thankfully.
Did you get your drone?
What drone?
What? Well, shut up. What drone? Don't give me that. What drone? You
mean
bloody
this
well
one?
know it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, this is David. Yeah, David. Yeah, he's been teasing us with it.
Did you fly it today?
Oh yeah, it's
Not yet. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
first battery's charged. The upgrades are all done. It's all ready to go. Just waiting for the dampness to stop.
And you got some self-control.
It's raining outside.
That's good self-control right there.
Roger, it's cold here this morning. It's like 16 degrees Celsius.
I had to put my hoodie on this morning when I went out.
Wow, yeah, it's cold here too. It's
It was
crazy.
pouring rain.
Talk about a shift, eh?
Yeah.
4 a.m. this morning, pouring rain outdoors and cold. And it's still raining out.
What about your black and white kitty cat there, Roger?
Nothing. Wait a minute, I didn't even
Yeah.
check the truck yet.
Black and white kitty cat.
Nope, nothing yet. Nothing yet.
I got a nice pellet rifle. I can probably I don't know how I can send that over to you, Roger, but
It's,
we got
it's
a
all
very
you can
good
do.
one here too. We got a very good
All you
one
can
here.
do to stop Kim.
We bought one from Canadian Tire about 3, 4, 5 years ago to get rid of these pesky animals.
Yeah, good idea.
hey, Roger,
Yeah.
I gotta apologize. Life got a little busy on me, and I realized when I was going through all this stuff and reorganizing this room that I'm supposed to send something to you. So I'm gonna work on trying to get that out this week to you. And it's that those drone strobe lights.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get those to you. I promised I would get one to you.
Yeah.
That's still gonna happen. I just life's been just a little busy.
I
right
know.
now. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
yeah, but I just want to let you know I'm still on track to do that. It sort of I saw it on my desk the other day as I was moving stuff around. I went, ah. So yeah, just on the record, buddy. I'll get that to you.
Don't worry about it,
All right.
Rich.
I think it'll make it interesting because you'll be able to see the drone when it's further out, especially not so much during the day because I think there's only the one type of, and I think Paul Murray has them, but they're kind of pricey.
The
And
cream.
they're called the Arc strobe lights.
That's what I
They're
run.
they're super bright,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
the one that I have one from Ulanzi, I think it is, and the other one, Loom Cube. And I was going to send you the Ulanzi one only because the Loom Cube one, it's to me, I'm going to hang on to it for now. I'm
Yeah.
still not sure if I really like it, but the Ulanzi one, what I like about it is you can change the flash patterns and the colors without having to change the lens on the on the strobe, right?
Oh,
On the light. Where the Loom Cube one, it only comes in two colors. One, the clear, which is by default, and then you snap on a red or a green lens cover, and that's how you change the color. I think the Loom Cube's a little brighter, but to be honest with you, the Ulanzi one comes in at a close second. Like it's almost not noticeable. And
Yeah.
they both basically do the same thing in the daylight. So really what they're really good for, Roger, if you're flying at dusk, like just kind of like in the early evening, but you still want to get some nice shots, it makes
Yeah.
it a lot easier for you to be able to see and know where your drone is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
I'll get that to you.
Okay, no problem.
Paul and I are playing with our toys here.
Uh,
This is that super bright one. They're $50 a pop. They're really expensive.
yeah, they're not cheap,
No.
but look how bright that is. That's crazy.
Oh, that's nothing. When it strobes, just fills the screen, just blinds you.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I found that that's the only one, and I'll probably look at investing in some of those. Hugh, did you have to get those? Were you able to get those on Amazon or what?
I actually bought mine, I think, on eBay, but I have seen them on Amazon.
Yeah.
I
and there
got
are-
a Ulanzi. That's what? Yeah, Ulanzi,
Yeah.
DR-01.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going to send Roger.
That
Yeah.
changes color, everything.
Yeah, I've got the original box and everything. I'll just get it all together and get it off to you. But yeah,
Right.
those I guess, Hugh, they're called ARC. Are they ARC strobe lights?
Yeah,
or-
what it's called. This one's 2 years old. I bought it a couple of years ago. It's one of
Yeah.
the original ones, but you can see it at about 1 kilometer during the day.
I know, that's crazy.
So
Yeah.
I can fly during the day and extend my line of sight. That's why I bought it, not for nighttime, because at the
Yeah.
time, nighttime still wasn't allowed 2 years ago. But I
Right.
bought it mainly because I wanted to be able to see my drone far away, right?
Yeah.
In the daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're available on Amazon in the US for sure, because I think Paul bought his there, but Canada, it's iffy sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're all about average, about $50 for one
Yeah,
of those.
but 35 US, so it works out to about $50 Canadian, something like that, usually.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't work out to be more the way things are going. But
I've been uploading a video since 4 o'clock this morning, and it's only at 89%.
Ouch.
wow, is it
Yeah.
what resolution did you do it in? 2.7K or
Yeah,
4K?
no, 2K, 2.7.
2.7.
And yeah, but it's a 5 minute long video.
Okay. Well,
But you know my internet.
yeah.
Well, I film
Patience.
in 2.7, but I downgraded it to 1080 when I put it on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been doing
Really?
that too, only because you know what? It just uploads faster. And when you downgrade it, like when you're downgrading, Hugh, you might be able to, or the rest of you guys might be able to chime in on this from your
Oh.
experience editing videos. But
Yeah.
when you shoot at a higher resolution, but then you go to downgrade, you're only losing a little bit because your original package of information was at a higher resolution, right? So it's not like you're trying to up convert; you're just down converting.
On a down conversion.
No, I shot it at 1080. It's at 1080 I shot it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
But you said it was a 5-minute video.
Yeah,
That's a long
Was
video.
that the one of you running around and power washing things in the skivvies?
yeah. That's,
Oh my
that's
God,
the one
really?
That's the one going to the tower. Yeah.
I actually never down convert anything. That's not something I ever do. I will create proxies of my files and then upload, but I always usually upload in 4K.
Yeah. Now, when you create those proxies, you're probably using Adobe product,
Yes.
or
Yes.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Adobe
know, I
Media
don't think I
Converter.
can do that using LumaFusion.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't know.
LumaFusion supports proxy files, which I wish it did, because then
Yeah.
you could work faster.
I'm not sure. I can't say for definite, but most of the others do. So it would be surprised if there wasn't an option to do it.
Yeah, maybe I just need to dig into it more.
Filmora gives you the option of using proxies so that the actual files that you're working on are smaller. And then when you're playing back, you've got the option of using the proxy for the playback, to check that your edits and things, or you can view it at full spec as well, which I find useful.
So really the proxy files, just to clear in my mind, and maybe for some others, is really just a downgraded quality version of the original files, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, effectively, yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes it so that your computer has less work to do while you're editing, And then
Yeah.
when it composes the final product, it uses the native 4K or whatever you're using.
Yeah. to do the
So the
actual-
proxy files are like your working files, and
Correct.
then once you commit to the change, those same changes get applied to your original resolution files.
basically, yeah.
Gotcha.
So on my file I'm uploading now, it's 1.32 gig.
Yeah, that's
So-
big. That's big for your internet, right? Because
Yeah.
Big for
Yeah.
yours, yeah, Roger. That's a huge file for you.
Is big like IKEA big? No. I don't-
Yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve, and it's got proxies too. Eh?
Oh,
Yeah.
it does. Even with the free version?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't
Nice.
tried it yet. I have it downloaded on my desktop and I haven't used it yet.
The only
I
I'm
like
tempted
it.
to try it.
the only real limit with DaVinci Resolve is the add-ons that you can see them, but you can't use them.
Oh, teasing you, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes. There's a lot of teasers in there with
Yeah,
with the things you. Oh, that yes,
But-
I need to use that. Oh, I need to pay 300 quid to get that. Yeah.
Yeah, but for us Canadians, that DaVinci Resolve is what? It's around $500 to buy it because it's not a
I
subscription.
don't think it's that much. I don't think so.
Well, it's 300 UK, 300 pounds UK.
It seemed to me around 300 Canadian. I thought.
Okay,
Captured
I'll have to
Life
check it out.
Connection. Good morning. Welcome back, Captured Life Connection.
John Coopy says, I always upscale everything during the final export. Makes a huge file, but I have a gigabit. Oh, he's got a gigabit internet connection? Oh, you lucky dog, you.
It's $2.99 American, so that's probably $4.50 Canadian.
Yeah.
But
Is it that much? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that much.
Yep.
But I mean, the free version does more than what I'll ever use.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, really. You have to find something that, hey, does it have all the little bells and whistles that I need today? Perfect.
Yeah.
Does it have some bells and whistles that if I decided to jump in with both feet and my
Yeah.
and my right hand in my wallet, is it going to have enough for me later?
To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
those bells and whistles that that they charge £300 for are probably not something you're going to use for putting out videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
No.
It's,
Yeah.
you know, it's-
Yeah, it like it shows and even mine looking for a control board. When you're hooking it up for doing all
yeah,
kinds of
exactly.
things.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
going, no, there's no way I'm gonna have a control board and all that
But-
crap.
but if you do have the DaVinci hardware, that software integrates right in.
Yeah.
So you can bring up, say in the audio, you can bring up a mixer and fiddle with it.
Yeah.
Or if you've got your DaVinci mixer, you don't have to worry. You just make the changes on the mixer, and it's
Yeah.
made in software. It's
Yeah.
Uh,
Capture Life Connections in the chat says, I'm learning DaVinci. He's enjoying the software.
Yeah.
Only using the free version right now. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really tempted to try it. I mean, I've paid for LumaFusion, but that wasn't an arm and a leg and a few body parts, right? That was only maybe a thumb. And it
Yeah.
wasn't
I'd be
terrible,
crazy.
Good
morning,
So
country.
I would like to try something else. Yeah, definitely.
the one thing with DaVinci Resolve, it will test your computer.
Yeah.
It's a
Well, does anyone know if, because I can check it right now, but I've got my computer to the office running and I've got the YouTube chat window running and then my iPad. So I got nothing left to check it on. But will it work on a Mac or iOS?
What,
DaVinci
DaVinci?
Resolve?
Yeah, I've got it installed on my desktop right now.
there you go.
Okay, but will it work on an iPad Pro?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Oh dear.
No, I don't think so. Let's check.
Okay. It would be awesome if
DaVinci
it did,
Resolve,
because
iPad.
with the new iOS with iPad, now you can save, like they got
Oh.
File Manager in there, right?
I think I'm wrong. It says,
Oh.
does DaVinci Resolve set up on iPad? Okay. iPad controller for DaVinci Resolve. Oh, maybe it's just a controller. Hold on. No. iPad. It looks like it might be.
Okay, I'll have to dig into it. Definitely.
Let's pull up my iPad and see if it's on the App Store.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that's John Cooper.
But
That's
it's
one thing I
important.
do.
Yeah. You see what John Coopy wrote down?
That's what I was
Yeah.
I was about to answer. I always up my bit rate to the maximum that I can within the software because of what YouTube's doing these days. It does help.
Yeah, Capture Life Connection says my last few videos are completely done with DaVinci Resolve 16. Cool. Cool. We'll have to check those out, Capture Life. Right on.
Yeah.
No,
I
not
agree.
on iPad, Rich. It's not on iPad.
Oh, crappers. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to, my son was digging in his basement. He was just cleaning out the house and he came across this iPad Pro. So, or MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
So he gave it to me and I powered it up. It powers up, but it needs RAM. Someone's taken the RAM out of it.
Oh. That's
So I'm going to get on Amazon and whatnot and see if I can find some RAM for this baby and see what I can
Nice.
do with it.
nice.
I might even, if it doesn't have an SSD drive, I might even get an SSD drive for it.
Yeah.
And if I can juice it up with RAM and get an SSD drive in there, they might be usable.
Yeah, Capture Life there. I've been using DaVinci Resolve for about, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years now.
See, I really want to switch because I'm paying $50 a month basically for Adobe. Right.
Well, they say there's not that much of a transition between Adobe and DaVinci.
Yeah.
Plus, that's why I didn't go with Adobe. Like when I first was looking at what video editing software, I personally wanted something portable. So yeah, you can get a laptop or if you want to do it on a tablet. I wanted to do it on a tablet. Ideally, I was hoping to be able to do it on an iPad, and that's why I went with LumaFusion, because I had I originally got it and it was not on an iPad Pro. It was just, I think it was an iPad 6th generation. I can't remember. Anyways, it was a smaller iPad and it struggled a little, but it worked. And I said, okay, this is promising. So then I went and I paid for the LumaFusion full version and I put it on my iPad Pro. And it's a bit of a learning curve, but it's pretty powerful for what it can do.
Yeah.
But then I've also heard a lot of good things about DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, well, we'll have to check it out. Never put all your eggs in one basket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep.
No.
Even now that I've stopped using Resolve, purely because I was butting up against those things, it was annoying me. I still, when I've got a tricky audio to sort, load the audio up in Resolve and play with it, save it away and load it back into Filmora,
Okay.
just as a thing. Because the audio in DaVinci Resolve, the control you've got
That
in
good,
there
huh?
is brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the audio. I like the video. It was just getting frustrating that some of the effects I wanted were going to cost me £300.
Well, don't some folks in Hollywood actually use DaVinci Resolve for audio?
Yes,
Like the movie people, right?
yeah.
That
Wow.
must be quite a
Their
testimonial. then.
cameras, etc., all integrate into the software. It's all
Ooh.
fully integrated in that. So if you've got £3,500 to spend on a camera and another 6 or 7 to spend on a lens to put on it, then
That's a lottery win.
When you use Resolve there, David, do you use 2 screens?
No, that's part of the problem. I don't have the 2 screens on this computer.
Oh, that makes a big difference. When you're doing Resolve, have 2 screens going. You got your media over on this side, then you got you're editing on this side.
Editor on the other, yeah. But one of my screens went down a few months ago, and I just haven't got round to replacing it yet. Yeah, other things have come up like drones and.
Drones.
Did I tell you I'd got a new drone?
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah, but it's
come
not.
on,
It's
fire
not
it
as
up.
pretty as Booger. It'll never be as pretty as Booger.
Yeah, and now you got to get a nice backpack so you can just toss everything in there, and then you're off and running, right?
I actually quite often buy when
you can go camping or clamping or whatever, drone clamping or something. I don't know what they call it.
I actually quite like the bag it came with.
Yeah, you know what? It works, right? It's basic, it's functional, and you know what? They include it.
Yeah, it's in the combo. But no doubt it'll move into the bag the Spark's in, because it's a proper photo bag with more protection on it. And,
Well, David, what do you carry all your stuff now? Because I mean, you do a lot of filming, right? You must have a lot of gear with you.
the not particularly.
Really? I
have
thought you did.
I have a Pentax K10D, which is my camera,
Yeah.
and that sits in a camera bag in the cupboard most of the time because these days I really only use it for night shots. When you see star shots of that, it's usually taken with that because it's a cracking camera for doing that.
Gotcha.
It's a modern DSLR with all the bells and whistles, but at the push of 2 buttons, it's a fully manual camera.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you can play with what you want and it's great for doing night shots with. For that sits on its tripod like that, and that's what I do most of the filming on. I have another one of those, an older one, which is broken in that it won't take proper video, but it will still take time-lapse pictures. So I can leave it set up for time-lapse and just put it on another tripod and that. So I carry that. We've got Lindsay's Canon M100 and my drone, which for the next trip is going to be a Spark and an Air 2. But after that, it's probably just going to be an Air 2.
So you just load everything individually into the van?
Well, the Spark goes in a, can you see that? That's the Spark in that camera bag there.
Yep.
And that's where that lives and everything's in there. The Spark goes in its box and everything else goes in the pockets and that in it. Lindsay's got a separate small bag for her M100 and that lives on the tripod. So it just goes and lies on the bed.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And my Pentax is in there permanently because it hardly gets used these days because I'm usually videoing rather than stills. And then, I'm hoping that we're going to get some dark skies and it comes out round about now until it gets too cold for me to go out at night. But it just sits in the van in a camera bag. And that's what I do. It allows me to be a bit flexible because that camera gets used. I hate these cameras when that camera gets used a lot. Yeah. It's I'm charging the batteries in situ at the moment on that one. But,
Oh, I'm wrecked. Oh God.
What were you doing yesterday?
So I got up at 4 o'clock this morning and I went for a drive. And then
Oh God, that's right. Yeah.
windmilling.
I got home around
Did you
5
get
to
your
8.
shots, Roger?
Yeah.
Good.
No, I didn't. I couldn't fly because it was raining all the time. And I wanted to film around a mountain too, but the mountain is so foggy you couldn't see it. So it's the hell with it.
On the stills photography side, Lindsay's birthday present has turned up. I don't know how I'm going to sneak it into the van yet, but her birthday's on Monday. And it's an adapter to allow her to use this beast on the Canon. It's what I was cleaning the other day. And it's the one lens she misses from the Pentax. And it's a huge mirror lens. And she likes to take it when we're bird watching to use for pictures of birds. But it's a fixed aperture and needs lots of light.
Yeah, my go-to that I use, and I wanted something simple and easy, is this guy here. It's a Panasonic Lumix, and it was a good value camera. And what I liked about it for the studio and out in the field is I like the flip screen, because then you have something that you can see. So if I wanted to face the camera towards me, I can just flip that screen around.
Yeah.
And now, I'll power the sucker on. See, now we've got the screen facing, and then you can see you're properly in the frame and whatever you're recording, right? Or you can look through the eyepiece. So it was a functional camera for me. I mean, it's got a decent zoom on it at 25 to 600. It shoots, I think, 4K. I'm not sure. I got to double check that. But if you needed to, but I mean, yeah, it does. And it's Wi-Fi, so I can connect it to an
Nice.
app on my phone. It's not the best app, but it works. It's functional. But again, it's just what, it's, you use what works for you, right? So
That's a much better version of I have the Canon SX540. That's a much nicer version because I don't have the flip screen or anything. It's just got the fixed screen at the back.
yeah.
I do have my Canon 80D, but I mean, this is the one with the built-in zoom. Which is nice.
Yeah.
And I think at the time when I bought this a couple of years ago, I think it was like, I don't know, Canadian on Amazon. It was around $350, $400.
That's good. That's a good
Yeah.
price.
And it's not like, because it wasn't like the latest version.
Yeah.
But it's got, the only thing I don't like about it is I wish it had an output so you can transfer files from it to your computer. It doesn't. You have to take the SD card out. And of course, they put the SD card on the bottom
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the battery is.
Yeah. They do that with a lot of the cheaper cameras. Yeah.
Right. And
That's
that's my
frustrating.
only frustration is that if I have it on the tripod and I'm ready to transfer stuff and I
Yeah.
want to check the video before I go to shoot the next part, I have
Yeah.
to take it off the tripod, flip the door open, pull the SD card out, transfer the files. But you
Yeah.
know what?
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
That's one of the problems with my KD100, K10D, sorry. The door for the SD card, the catch on it is broken. So thankfully it has got an output so I can get the files off. So it's hi Herman.
Hey, good morning, Herman.
Good morning, Herman.
Long time no see, buddy. How you doing?
Because I feel bad now because my camera must be about 10 years old. The Canon EOS, or what do they call it?
Yep.
But it just 12 megapixel, doesn't do video or nothing.
12 megapixels isn't too bad.
I mean, it's good camera, works great.
Sure.
Good. Especially if you got something like I have, that Luminar 4. I can just fix it all up anyways.
But, yeah, Lindsay's got the M100 mirrorless and it works a treat. And you know the Canon app, so you can it could
EOS
do night
utility?
shot. Yeah, it could do the night shots. You know how you Canon's got the ability it takes shots, numerous shots.
Yeah.
And then builds them
Auto
up.
exposure bracketing.
No, not the auto exposure. It's specifically for taking pictures of stars.
Oh, okay. I've never tried it.
And you take a whole bunch of pictures and then it maps them all together to
Gotcha.
make one picture, rather than the auto exposure bracketing, as you were saying. No.
Okay.
And it builds up the picture rather than. And we haven't actually tried it yet, and that might well make my Pentax redundant.
Oh. What? Which software does that?
It's Canon's own.
I've got their utility that Geeksvana introduced me to, the EOS utility. That's the only one I've got.
I'd have to go looking for that, but it's one of Canon's bits of software. It only
Yeah,
works.
if you find it, let me know. I'm curious. Curious.
It's
Not
not
that I
like
do a
that.
lot of night stuff.
It's not that like that freeware one. Turns your thing into your Canon into a whatever it was.
Webcam or whatever.
Log it a webcam. Yeah. it
Okay,
wasn't
yeah,
that
that's the one I'm talking about. That's
No,
all
it's
I-
not that one.
Okay.
It's one of Canon's own
Oh, okay.
other bits of software.
I got you.
But that's a Panasonic video camera, and I just love it. It's got the flip screen and all the. Yeah. And it's
It's
not
very
expensive.
pricey.
I'm really looking forward to my son's from Toronto, the one that was really sick, and he's obviously all better now, thank God. But
Yeah.
he's coming down from Toronto. I got to go pick him up because the buses aren't running, right, because of COVID,
Okay.
like the Go buses, and
Okay.
or Greyhound. Sorry, I think it's Greyhound. Anyways,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I got to go pick him up Wednesday night, and he's had himself COVID tested 3 times already. So
Wow.
once he had himself tested because he just wanted to be sure, peace of mind. The second time he got tested is because he went with his grandpa and to go visit his grandma's plot in Toronto. You know, they do that every year. And then the third time he's getting tested is before he comes up to visit us.
Okay.
And apparently he gets his results in like 24 to 48 hours, which is pretty quick. So yeah, so he's going to come and camping with us. And I told him, I said, you're going to be riding the e-bike, and I'm going to be following you on a drone. He goes, cool, Dad. So hopefully we'll get some more videos shot, and I'll actually have some time to throw some content together, because it's been a little while since I posted something. And I always want to post something that somebody can walk away from saying, oh, I didn't know that, or oh, cool. That's a great way of putting this and this together, right? So
Yeah, trying to be
So-
creative.
yeah. And being informative too, like, you know, trying to share something with your audience where they can go away and try it themselves, or gives them another idea to try, that sort of thing.
Did you see that latest from Ken Heron?
No, I haven't.
He put an FPV on the roof of his car with the DJI goggles and all that, and drove around,
Oh, God.
drove his car.
Okay.
Probably not a good idea.
Talk about being creative. He was in a parking lot. He wasn't.
Oh.
Okay.
I think he was at a school, but he taped the FPV drone to the roof. He had what's his name sitting over in the right seat, flying a drone.
So
Because
yeah,
they're flying the drone, following him, but he was driving through the goggles his car around the parking lot. Talk
Oh,
about
man, yeah,
creative.
that's creative. With my luck, I get a police officer just came from Tim Hortons looking over, going, "What is that guy doing?" And then next thing you know,
Kelly. Yeah, he had Kelly with him.
yeah. And next thing you know, with my luck, it'd be like, "Well, sir, I'm gonna write you a ticket for being a dumbass." No. Well, at least he did it in a parking lot, and you know what? He was being somewhat restrictive and safe about it.
Well, Kelly was trying to keep more eye on where he was driving than he was flying this drone. They
I
tried to
bet,
follow
I
him,
bet.
You know, just yeah. Matter of
I
fact, they
think if I was
lost
the
the drone for
passenger,
a
I'd
few
be a little
minutes.
nervous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Video's
I'm
at
looking forward to-
93%.
I'm looking forward to getting out there
Keep pushing,
with,
Roger.
with
Keep
the
pushing.
Mavic Air 2.
I'm gonna close my camera outdoors. That's probably taking juice from it away from it too.
Oh yeah. Maybe
So what's
just got
the
to unplug.
percentage?
Eh?
What's the percentage?
93%.
Oh, getting closer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to turn off all unnecessary. Hey, I got an idea. Unplug that guy upstairs from the internet.
He's not even on. His
Your
computer's closed.
bandwidth will probably go woohoo.
His computer's closed down.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get some good opportunity to get some flying in this weekend. And yeah, I've even had a guy at work switch off on me. I'm supposed to be on pager on call, and he's going to switch off on me come Friday. And I won't have to go back on call status until Tuesday. So I'm okay with that. It'll be a nice weekend. I hope.
I'll break back.
Roger, bring us a coffee, will you?
Hey, I'm going to get a coffee. Yeah, I'll break back.
Could use one too.
Official Canadian Drone Hub coffee break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Roger will be right back.
And now, word from our sponsors. Just kidding.
Yeah, just looking at the UAV forecast for tomorrow. Holy mackerel, the winds are
Oh,
only
it's
like
up nice as well. Look, you
7
see that?
miles an hour.
Doesn't it look cute?
Yes, it does.
I think David's in love.
Here's the original looking back at it. Hey there, brother. How you doing? What's up?
I've been sitting here folding, unfolding and unfolding it, and just making sure it all works.
Oh yeah, got to.
If I could order the Mavic Air 2 in Ferrari red, I'd order it right now. I'm kidding.
I'll get straight onto DJI. Yeah.
DJI, come on.
Hey,
You're losing one sale.
I've seen a guy do what is it, a plastic dip or a paint dip,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
and it didn't turn out too bad,
Yeah.
you know. But
Morning,
I mean,
Artco. What's up?
you could technically, Hugh, you can just tape up everything and then just get that candy apple red and
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Hey, good morning, Art. How you doing? Yeah, I got what was it, a picture of him on Facebook. I think it looked like he was about 16 or 17 years old there yesterday.
Who of Art?
My art coat.
Yeah, with long
really?
hair and holy mackerel.
I think I've managed to destroy all the pictures of me when I was 16-year-old.
That's okay. I was moving stuff around because we had to put the wife downstairs there. But anyways, I come across when I was skydiving. My license had a picture of me in there when I was about 17 years old. I went, wow.
Actually,
Rod
hey, Art,
Drones there in Brazil says, hey, check out his channel there. So yeah, and just out there for everyone, some folks who are new to this chat and maybe some that aren't, check out each other's channels, give each other support. It always helps.
I'm watching this TV show called The Umbrella Academy, and there's this dude in season 2 that looks just like Art. As a matter of fact, I did a double take, so I thought it was Art. It looks
Guys,
just like him.
When you get a chance, and I can't do this because I don't have access with my computer stuff going right now, but on YouTube, look for, and no young children in the room at the time, right? Only because it's the Brazilian Carnival, the Rio, the Rio Carnival, okay? And there was, I was watching it because I love like the floats and that. They just take it to another level. Like the floats and the technology, wow! Like they have waterfall effects, and they have like you gotta find it. You gotta search for it. It's the Rio Carnival 2019, and if you kind of zip through it, if you don't like looking at scantily clad ladies with the big booties, then you want to skip through that. But there's a spot where they got these people that like are dancers, and they've got these emocons, these head pieces on, look like a big round ball on their heads, right?
Yeah.
Well, what freaked me out was they, at one point, they grabbed it, they lifted it above their heads, right? And they still had another mask underneath, but they were actually drones inside, and they flew up, and they were all coordinating, and they're all flying like this, and the faces on the globes would change, because on one side it would be one face, on the other side it would be a different face. And then at the end of all that, the drone came back down, hovered over each person. They grabbed the ball, and obviously the operator would shut the motors off, and they would put it back on their heads and continue. It was so well done.
We'll have to find that video. I'd like to see that.
And it was another one where this guy was standing on like a hover platform that was made, and he came out of a float, and he was hovering over. He didn't hover over the crowd, but he hovered over and around the float.
Neat.
And then he came back down into the float. I just went, wow, this is a freaking carnival, Rio Carnival. And this is how, and they're the floats. I just can't say enough. It'll
Lots of
blow
good engineering.
your mind. You got to check it out.
Neat.
Yeah.
Well, it's something to check out. I'll put something here in the chat, but it's not for kids, okay? But anyway,
children, please refrain from watching this next segment.
Just don't click on the link, kids.
Yeah.
But Paul Murray will get a kick out of this.
Parental guidance at this point.
It's from Sturgis.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was watching the wet tea competition, the wet t-shirt competition the other night.
But it's a Buffalo Chip beauty pageant from Sturgis.
Okay.
It's PG, dude. What are you talking about? You had me all built up for something R-rated. That's nothing. That's just skimpy outfits. Come on.
Well, to some may be skimpy,
They're dressed. They had clothes on.
No nudity.
To others, that could be fully clothed. I mean, I don't know.
Boy, everybody went saw it in one shot.
Everybody's gone quiet, Roger. Yeah.
Yeah, right now everybody's watching this.
You're gonna have to ban that link, I think. Oh dear.
Oh,
Take
right
care,
on, Artco.
please.
Congrats. So Art's got a Mavic Air 2 now.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he just got a Mavic Air too. Yeah.
Well, Paul, right,
Nice
Blind
one.
Neil? That's true.
I'm gonna throw in the link here for the Rio Carnival one, and it's a long YouTube video, but you can skim through it. But I
Yeah.
think you guys will be like just blown away by the floats. It's
By the
yeah,
naked
and
lady.
and you
I'll
can
grab
fast
some
forward.
coffee
You
while
can
you do
fast forward by all the skimpy costumes if you want. It's optional. It's optional.
You advise us to do that, do you, Rich?
Well, no, it's up to you. It's just a forewarning. It's just a forewarning, you know. But yeah, and there's a certain part. Again, you just gotta skim through it, and there's a certain part where you'll see these people in these dark costumes, right? They're like almost like tights. They're all dancing, and then they've got these like, globe headsets on, and those are actually the drones, and that eventually, like, I didn't notice that they were drones with the arms sticking out in the props when they were dancing, but then when they grabbed them and they lifted them up over their heads, the props spun up, and out of a sudden these things are flying in formation. It was great. So David, are you taking the Mavic Air 2 on your RV trip?
Oh, yes.
on your caravan, as they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be I'll be doing some flying, and I'll be comparing it against the Spark and just getting used to it and playing with
Oh,
it.
you're gonna love it for your castle shots and everything. You're gonna love it, man.
Oh
That's
yeah. Play around a lot with the whole dolly zoom feature, how to do that dolly zoom. It adds that nice little bit of a kind of a dynamic to the video, right?
I've got this whole idea for a shot with the zoom of having the drone hovering,
Yeah.
zooming in to maximum, bringing it back out, and as the zoom finishes, the drone just keeps going backwards and out. And
Cool.
I want to get that on all sorts, castles and all sorts. If I can get that working, and I'll be happy, because that'd be, take it right out from looking at a window or a brick or something, and then zoom right out so you're seeing the whole castle in its setting. And that I'm looking forward to getting that working.
Artco Drone Solutions says, I have a video of it on my channel, Asgard. Always saying at Asgard Studio and Phantom Hodges. Okay, cool. We'll have to check that out. Recovery Drones posted something there too. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Okay, I can go this way. No, I'm not going nowhere. Dog thought I was getting up and going someplace. Sorry.
Yeah, here's
Hey,
my
Recovery
faithful.
Drone.
Oh look, there's my faithful 3.
Yeah. Recovery One Drone. How you doing this morning? Nice to see you.
Hi, Recovery One Drone.
Yes, that's a good thing.
What, she can get into the room?
No, the bathroom is almost parallel from my spare room, and my wife says, a good thing the door wasn't open. I said, yeah. Then the show would have definitely gone X-rated. Yeah, she says it would have been a different type of Mardi Gras. Well, this was the highest viewed, Canadian drone hub of all. Let's
Everybody check out Recovery One Drone channel. Recovery One Drone channel. Check him out, guys. He put a link in there for his channel, so check him out.
I lost my chat here somehow. Ugh.
I usually find it's me pressing the wrong button when that happens for me.
Yeah.
I
The only
usually have
problem is if I go to it, I mess everybody up here.
I
Okay,
usually have
just bear
two
with me
windows
for a minute, guys. I'm going to try and get the chat back.
open. Okay. I usually have two windows open, but today I'm keeping one closed because of
Okay, pop up
uploading
chat.
video.
Oh, okay, cool.
How close are you now, Roger?
Hold on.
Oh, there it is.
96%.
Oh, it's getting that.
Well, at least it's
15
moving up and it's not stuck. It's a good thing. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
It's kind of racing ahead, and considering he's streaming as well.
Yeah.
Okay, got it back.
Kim's not up yet, so it's helping out.
What, you slipped him that sleeping pill just in his tea or coffee last night? Is that what it was?
Yeah, can't do it. Cool. Okay.
I don't know, but he's been looking at a lot of movies on Netflix and all that, right? So he's been going to bed late.
Well, there's your problem. There's where all your bandwidth is going.
Yeah, but I'm in bed usually when he starts looking at Netflix. Hey, Mr. Crowley, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Crowley.
All right, Mr. Crowley.
So whoever doesn't have Recovery One Drone channel, please hit him up.
Yep. I'm
Very
already
good videos.
subscribed.
Why does everybody want to?
AC Drone, dude, you should have a pageant show.
Yeah, you could do that, Roger Palooza, Roger.
Yeah, right.
Up and down the drive.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought that was a new microphone.
Biscuit. Coffee and biscuits.
I had my lunch before I came on, but I feel like I haven't had it. It's ridiculous.
Well, I went for a 45-minute walk just before I joined, and I haven't eaten anything, so I'm starving now.
Okay.
The
I grabbed myself a Tim Matin. I don't know how you say it in English. You know, the English muffin, bacon and eggs.
Yeah, breakfast sandwich.
I had
Nice.
that this morning. Yeah.
well, it was full fry up for me this morning.
Full fry?
Yeah,
Huh,
bacon,
okay.
sausage, mushrooms, haggis.
Oh, stop. You're killing me.
Listen. When all this nonsense is over, we're all going to go and visit David.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
And then he's going to make us breakfast.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
get to
can-
fly some beautiful country too.
Damn straight.
I don't get to cook it. Lindsay cooks it for me.
That's even
Uh-huh.
better.
Oh my God!
Just tell her you're having a few guests.
Yeah. What's the secret, Dave?
Huh?
What's the
Oh,
secret to get her to cook?
I could tell you, but YouTube would chuck me off.
Now that's not PG rated. See that?
No, I think I know David's psychological ploy here. Okay, anytime and every time he's ever gotten a meal cooked by his dear sweetie, he always replies as, "This is amazing! It's the best I've ever had ever." There you go. Motivation. Even the
Yeah.
burnt toast is wonderful.
Yeah. Well,
Love burnt toast.
unfortunately, I've been having some problems with my weight, but it's health wise.
Yeah.
Had a physiotherapist coming today at 12:30, and then I got an occupational therapist on Friday. So
Oh my.
Busy.
Oh my. Yep.
I've had to move her downstairs we got a hospital bed and stuff put downstairs.
Oh, you got
so,
that. You got that.
Oh,
you
no.
got that delivered off the truck and everything.
Yeah,
That
it's
thing
here
must have
and
been heavy.
installed. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Hey, Rod, you want a couple dogs? They want to go out again.
Mine hasn't been up once yet this morning.
Oh, mine. This is what, fourth time?
Oh
Roxy
my.
hasn't been out yet this morning.
Nope.
Wow.
She won't go out. She's been doing that lately. She waits till about 10, 11 o'clock.
She must be sore then, eh?
Well, I was piss pouring rain this morning. She didn't want to go out, that's for sure. But when I got back
Rain,
home,
yeah.
she.
Yeah. My dogs used to hate the rain too. You used to have to give them a kick in the ass to get them out the door.
Uh-huh.
Get out there, get your this.
And usually,
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to just slide away for maybe a little bit. I'll come back. I gotta go into my work meeting, so
okay,
I'll be back for sure.
no
All
problem.
right,
All right.
probably in about
Bye-
10 or
bye for
15.
now.
All right, take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Sorry about the beeping, guys.
What beeping? That's glorious drone noise.
Yeah.
Well, they
Take the
said I
cover
wouldn't
off-
have to link, but I'm
just
having
take
to
the cover
link.
off your camera. Just take the cover off your camera.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, did you also take off a little strip off the gimbal?
Strips. There was 3 of them.
3 of them. Okay, wow.
And there's one in the back also of the camera. I didn't know that, but I found that out. Somebody told me about it.
There's one. Yeah, there's one on the
behind
back,
camera.
one on each side.
But there's one right in back of it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Can you guys hear my neighbor mowing his lawn? Nope.
Nope.
Good.
I don't hear nothing. Kim mowed the lawn yesterday here. Or yesterday or before yesterday?
Oh, just before it rained? That's good.
Yeah. It was yesterday he did it. Yeah. He did, no, I can't remember for God's sake. Yesterday, and I had to cut branches down from trees and all that. We did a lot of work on the property. Yeah, it was yesterday because I couldn't go fly because doing all that work, I was burnt.
Yeah. I got to do that this fall, cut a lot of branches.
Yeah. Because Kim, when he's driving underneath it, is danger getting the branches in the eyes and everything. It's the hell with this.
Damn.
Cut the branches off.
I'm worried that if I don't cut them, the town will send somebody to cut them and then mangle my trees up. So, because they're kind of, my one tree is poked out into the road. And so the garbage truck always runs into it every time he comes.
Oh.
And so I
Okay.
worry that, they'll send somebody and just cut half the tree down or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the hydro will.
Or hydro. Yeah, that's true. What's that, Mr. Crowley? Yes, Hugh, no joke, barely. What did I miss? Oh, Mr. Crowley hears the mower. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Crowley?
What is he mowing with a Chevy LS7 motor?
I don't know. I haven't even met those neighbors yet. I've lived here. It's
5
going to be
months?
almost a year, right?
It's almost a year now.
I moved here
That
in
goes by
end of
fast.
September, so it's like 11 months.
Oh, it goes by fast, huh?
Very fast, eh? Okay, yeah, you can hear him a little bit, eh?
Sorry.
Talking to Mr. Crowley.
All right.
Mr. Crowley.
Everybody check out his channels. Make sure you get them supported, and don't forget to hit that like button.
Ping.
I used to love Val's thing, whether you're coming or going or somewhere in between. Remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, I caught a glimpse of Kim in his chair the other day. I
Oh,
was,
inside
yeah, he was sitting beside you. I couldn't believe it.
He used to do it quite a bit at one time, didn't he?
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
few videos when he was on.
At
Yeah,
the
we
start,
don't
he was there
forget
every
now.
day.
They moved everything downstairs now, so.
Yeah.
%98, guys.
Oh, Blaine Neal got his
Getting there.
drone.
Oh, Right on,
Oh,
Neil.
cool, there, Blind
Congrats.
Neil. Desi Nibby, how you doing? The LS7 is the go-to engine for rebuilds. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Desi Nibby, what kind of a channel do you have? Or Desi?
Desi means somebody from India. My Indian friends used to call me Desi Babu. That was my nickname at work. Or Tumbi, little brother.
It was 60 over bore, 671 blower, dual 750 Hollies.
He's speaking a foreign language now. I don't know what that means.
Was it my 69 Nova? I think I had 396 with a 6-pack on it, which was 3 2-barrel carburetors.
Mr. Carly used to race.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. I guess gonna be no fly today here again. This bloody rain.
Oh, the winds are coming up here today, but tomorrow, the highest the winds are going to be all day tomorrow is only 7 mile an hour. Supposed to be
Okay.
really nice tomorrow. So I got too much stuff to go today anyway to go flying. So, okay, yesterday, what did I do? 9 signs yesterday? Holy mackerel. Most of them
You're
were
raking
remote.
raking in the money, raking in the money.
I know. Most of them were removals. I think I had 3 installed. So,
Okay.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, the other day when I went to Drummondville, there was a bloody car show there, and I didn't bring my drone with me.
Jim, what's up, buddy? Above and Beyond Drones. Long time no see.
Hey, Jim.
yep, I've had a Holly pumper, Holly double pumper. Yeah. Well, you can get the square bore or the tapered bore, but I went with square bore.
Everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. It does help out the channel. Yep, bigger size pistons. Oh, okay, Mr. Colley. Duke, how have you been? It's been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim, I'm never on at night. That's my problem. I know a lot of you guys go on at night, and I'm usually in bed or just offline by then.
Yeah, if I could only go back quite a few years and keep all the cards that I had when I was younger. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
You know, my Jeep Wrangler is still my favorite vehicle ever because that thing took me to places. Oh, man, the
Oh, yeah.
adventures I could go on with that thing.
yeah, I used to have a 95 YJ. That was the last year they made the YJ.
I got my basic, and Phantom Hodges has his advance.
Yeah, my YJ, I took it. Wow, I did lift kits and stuff on it, but I took it down to Detroit, had them put in, re-geared it down to 488s and everything else. They went to Ryder Racing down there, put in electric lockers and everything else. Yeah.
I'm not a very mechanical guy, that's for sure.
And I
Yes.
couldn't resist.
That was
I'm
funny.
okay.
I went down there and they did it all in one day. Like I just hung around the garage and walked down the street and come back and yep, they did it all one day. Put lockers in front and back and everything.
What are you resisting, David? You doing something with your drone?
I couldn't resist. Yeah.
So you're flying it?
No. no, no.
I thought
Turned
he was
it
going to
on.
fly it live on the
It's
show.
all connected. I'm not sure I dare. I don't think there's enough room. I'm just playing, as you do.
I've
That's
got
one
my
bonus.
advanced drone here, exam here in Canada. I got the license. Actually, it's coming due in the spring, early spring.
Man, mine's due pretty soon also.
But you got the basic, haven't you, Roger?
Yeah, yeah. I wonder what they changed in the exam part. Now, if you like the basic exam, you had to know how to fly a helicopter. Now I wonder what we have to know to fly now.
Oh yeah.
Be nice if they got rid of that stuff, eh?
I don't know if they did or not.
I know on the one exam that I did, you had to know what the red lights on a runway at Toronto International meant.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're trying to prepare you to basically fly something like a Predator, or a full-size aircraft.
Oh, some of the stuff in there was just silly.
Oh well.
I'm glad I took the course though. Down at the Waterloo Wellington Flight Center. That was a really good course.
Yeah.
A lot of information though over a weekend. It was really intense.
Yeah, I got to do that recurrent there or whatever it is. But there's some options you can do. You can do self-study or something. I don't know. And then you go tend to class for a day or
Okay. Yeah.
write I think it's the basic again or something. I forget how it works.
Yeah, it's every 2 years, Mark Shorty. Yeah.
Yeah, because you forget how to fly.
It was just last year that it came into effect, right? So I think we got another year, most of us.
I'm coming up this spring.
Are you?
Yep.
The next spring.
This spring coming. Wow, yeah. Oh, the next
So
one
next
coming.
year, 2021. Yeah.
Yep.
Next year.
January, I think 20 or January, February, or someplace in there.
Ah, okay.
I'll have to check the date on my card.
Pretty sure I wrote mine in June.
I have to redo mine I have to repay my money in October. My next renewal, sort of sit the exam kind of thing, is not until a year, 2 years from now. Unless I take the A2 CFC in between.
The SD is processing, guys.
That's great.
Oh. Well, no, I just I had to go on and connect it to the Fly app and everything. I think I've done well to last this long, don't you?
Hey, look who's in the house. Louis P. Floyd.
Hey,
Hi,
Louis.
Lewis P. Floyd.
Good day, good day. How you been doing?
I almost missed him because he only said hi once. What's up, Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize you.
It's not him. It's not him. It's
Maybe it's not. His account's been hacked.
been hacked. Yeah.
That's right.
My percentage was 87% that I got on my basic.
On my advance, I think I was 3 times before I finally got it. I was up to 84, 85 or something, I think it was.
Hey, Bill, Newfound Drone Productions.
Yeah. What I haven't quite got the hang of yet is putting this protector back on.
Yep.
Any tips with that, Roger?
What's that?
The
Hey,
gimbal
good morning,
protector.
Bill.
The cover for the gimbal?
Yeah.
If it was up to me, I'd throw it away.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Newfound Drone.
Yeah, because I think, up there, up on my shop up here, I got all the paperwork when I took a course. I did it online. I took notes of everything.
Yeah.
And so I still got it from when I did my advanced exam.
Yeah, I had planned on doing commercial drone work, but then I decided not to.
Yeah.
So
Bring it back, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she finally won out now.
probably.
Either that has decided it's time Kim's getting up. Yeah, I've been sat here for a while. I'm in and hawing. Am I going to? Am I not? Am I going to?
But if you guys ever go to that other website, Don's Drone On, he's got
Yeah.
the drone pilot app. He's got a lot of stuff on his website for doing that.
Yeah. Really good info on Don's site.
Yeah, it's just, you know what it's like, Paul. It's a new drone. By the end of next week, I'll be chucking it on without even thinking about it.
Yeah, Bill, I did, but it was online. What I did, it was Clarion Drones out of Kitchener, Ontario. That I did my one. I think I paid about $250 or $300 or something.
Yeah, Don's got
Don.
a hell of a resource. That site of his is good.
Yeah, Don Joyce. Yeah, Don's Drone On. He had another video up the other day all about different classes of airspace and all that again.
The one thing they sent in the combo pack that I don't think I'm going to use is the thing to use the batteries as a power pack.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously the cables that I don't have the things for.
You don't want to waste charging cycles for expensive batteries.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can get a cheap recharger.
I'm waiting on a recharger for while I'm away to drop through the mailbox sort of thing. But apart from that, I'm ready to go.
When are you heading on your trip? Friday?
Friday. We could go Thursday night, but Lindsay doesn't finish work till 8:30, so I don't think it's fair on her to even go an hour or two up the road. So we'll just wait till Friday morning.
Yeah. Cool, Blind Neil.
There's all my paperwork for all my course right there. Everything here. I wrote everything, and it broke it down into all the different, human factors, meteorology, all that stuff. It's all broke down.
The only thing I don't have and I don't do is that flight log.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
I
DJI.
don't do that.
DJI do that for you.
Yes, exactly, Roger. Your DJI app has everything you need to comply with the law.
Yeah.
So if they ever ask you for it, you open up your DJI Go app and say, here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you can export it too, I think.
Yeah.
So you can print it out. I initially was going to start a log. I bought a pilot's log and everything for my drone, but it's so much work. Like if you're going up for a 5-minute flight and you're going to write all that shit down, it takes 5 minutes to write it down.
That's it. Yeah.
Us pilots used to have to do that,
Yeah, but you'd go up for a longer flight in a small aircraft, right? Not a drone. Like you're not going up for 5 minutes in a Cessna. You typically go up for an hour at a time, right?
Yeah. No, it wasn't a Cessna. I'm just thinking about the logbooks we used to fill in the RAF.
Yeah, Bill.
Oh,
yeah. Too bad it's too expensive.
Oh, the Drone Pilot Canada app. Yeah. Me and Gary from Brand Aerials there, we got it, but we were helping Don Joyce.
Woo.
You know,
It was $30 when I bought it last year.
he's
So
added a
it's
lot more stuff to it.
49 now. Wow.
Yeah.
He's added a lot of stuff to it. He's actually a lot better than the DJI app for airports and all that stuff now.
It is pretty darn good. Plus, we're supposed to have checklists, right? We're supposed to run pre-flight checklists. You can
Yeah.
have all those in Dawn's, and you can just tap with your finger to check off the things before you fly. So it makes it really easy if you want to use checklists.
And same with the manuals. You can download them onto like I put it all on my iPad, right? Because that's
Yeah.
why I always fly with my
Good
iPad.
idea.
But you can put your licenses on there, everything.
Yeah.
Talking of licenses, my numbers are already on the drone as well. My operator ID's already on.
Yeah, my numbers aren't even on yet. I gotta put my numbers on it.
I keep this red binder with me all the time with all my paperwork.
Yeah.
I've got all my stuff that I need, which isn't a lot, digitized, and I carry it on the tablet. So
Yeah.
Why can't it be like the US, a little card?
it would make so
Kinda
much
handy.
sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Cat. You finish what
Yeah,
you got.
same here, Bill. Yeah, same here. It's I mean, we got those drones to have a fun hobby, not to break our banks neither.
But like you're supposed to, according to the Canadian drone laws, even if you change propeller, you're supposed to log it. Like,
Yeah.
come on. It's like you had an FPV, like Kim or something. You'd be filling out that log every
Yeah, every flight.
Yeah. Technically, we're
Yeah.
supposed to do that, though. We're also
Yeah,
supposed to be logging maintenance.
Kim said
maintenance,
they
yeah.
go bugger themselves.
Crewmate doesn't know what the hell they're talking about.
My life is complete. Salty's on.
Yeah.
Good morning, Kim.
Logging your DJI products.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Oh, it shows he just woke up.
Oh, yeah.
Don't make goes too far.
Yeah. Well, we're not talking about DJI. We're talking about the laws here in Canada for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All goes too freaking far.
The logs go too far. Yeah.
I've never changed the props on mine. I've always been a good boy.
Ridiculous.
The funny thing is about the drone license, pilots don't have to do all this crap.
Yeah.
Rewrite exams or whatever all the time. Oh, they just go in and just renew it by paying money.
Mm-hmm.
No, they have to do sim time and be retested. No, it's a constant thing with pilots.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about private pilots, but commercial pilots, yes.
Yeah, but a private pilot, the only time you have to do stuff like that is if you change airplanes they haven't flown. You have to get a checkout or whatever it is on it. But that's it.
Yeah, video only processed in SD. It didn't process in HD.
It will, though, eventually.
It will eventually, yeah.
All right.
It's only the SD card it's showing.
But eventually, it'll show up as HD. It takes a while, though.
I closed that and I closed that. It's in private right now. I got to put music on it later. So
By the time you've put music on and released it to the world, it'll be in HD.
yeah.
So, Richard, what happened? You get kicked out of that room or what?
No. I'm still in the same room.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a different angle. Okay.
Yeah. It's I've got my little tiny iPad, and I used to have this nice little. It was like a plastic document holder. You can get it like your local stationery store. I have no idea where I put that bloody thing. I couldn't find it now. From my life depended on it. So, and it was great for putting the iPad in because then you can angle the whole thing and you can just set it there on your desk and you're good, right? Now I've got this thing propped up between my old MacBook, my Windows work PC, and something holding it from the behind. So yeah, hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
And
Blind Neil.
I gotta find my adapter cable before it dies on me here. So
Yeah, Blind Neil's the official drone guy now, eh? Now he's got one.
Right on, Neil.
Yeah.
hey, nice. Nice. Did they get that one that that you ordered from Amazon? That
Yep, just came a few minutes ago.
nice. That one is they say is capable of shooting 4K. I think based on the link last time I was looking. Looks interesting. Blind Neil says, I can officially feel like I can be here now. That's never been an issue. Never been an issue. Everyone is welcome. Even people that don't have drones yet but are looking at getting them or just want to join in on a good chat. This is a great group.
Yep.
So true. 720p it'll record.
That's okay. You know what? Like I say, it's whatever works for you. You know, like that's why you know, Carpenter Rick, when he took interest in my Mavic 2 Pro, and I bundled it all together for him, and offered him a screaming deal because, hey, you know, it's paying it forward again. It's whatever you're going to use it for. So I just find I really haven't been giving it, like, for what I have originally invested, I just wasn't using it as much as I'm using my Mavic Air 2. So, you know, why not put it into the hands of someone who's actually going to go and use it, right? So,
That's
you know,
it.
more than I am lately. So yeah, just makes sense. Blind Neil says it's the V2 and the V4 has the 4K. Okay, cool.
You see, the rumor mill was going again there. I was looking at some. It wasn't Drone U, wasn't Drone DJ, but Drone X or something. I think it was. But
Oh, for the
talking about the Mavic 3.
Yeah.
It's going to replace the Phantom 4 and then Inspire 2 and.
you know what? Well, they haven't come out. Like, what's the latest Inspire? Is it the 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And you got to remember, I think what DJI is trying to do is streamline their inventory and their production, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
So if you can come up with a fundamental platform design that all you have to do is scale the mold up bigger or smaller, and then make it so that it's modular, or possibly modular in the future, then you're dealing with, like, it's like auto manufacturer. Your chassis is the same, but what you put on top of it is going to be different, right? So I'm thinking that's kind of the direction that they're going in, and that's why you
Looks like
see
it, yeah.
the Mavic Mini, the Mavic Air 2 look very much like the Mavic 2 Pro and the 2 Zoom in design, right?
Well, yeah. As you
Because they
said,
already have the design. They just need to, it's all about scale, right?
but they've just retooled in that for the Phantom 4, didn't they? To resource the parts for that. So
Yeah.
I don't see anything replacing that anytime soon. It's a stable platform, 1-inch camera, etc., and it's selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
You can understand why the Spark disappeared, because you've got this mid-range set of drones from the Mini through the Air to the thing, which are all the same sort of shape. And as you say, if you're printing commercially, it's just how big do you print them effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Hey,
Mhm.
Bill. Yeah, you know, I would go for your advanced. You know, it's what, $10 to take the test or whatever. Then you have to go for a flight review, but flight review is easy. They just want to make sure you can fly, which I'm
Yeah,
sure.
but the flight,
but
the
according to
flight
your
review
picture.
costs us a lot.
Well, here's what I did. I took the basic first because I wanted to see how much, and I did this all in one day. I watched Don's videos the day, let's say a Friday, I downloaded his package that he has, which, you know, was like $5 or $10 by the end of the day. And he puts everything together really nicely. And then I went on the internet. I got my computer ready. I bookmarked all the pages. I downloaded everything I wanted. I highlighted stuff that was important as I watched the videos. And then the next day on Saturday, I made sure I had everything in ready to go. And I wrote my basic, right? And I passed it. I think it was like with 98% or something. I got it. There was a few questions in there that were totally absurd. And I was like, okay, whatever, guess.
Yeah.
And then about a week later, I watched the advanced stuff from Don's channel, filled in those gaps while I still had the other stuff fresh in my head.
Right.
And then I did my advanced because it's only another 10 or 15 bucks or whatever it was at the time. So, and then the flight review, you're right. You know, Roger, that's what cost me. And it cost me like $250 to do my flight review.
I think ours was 120.
Yeah, at that time it cost me $250, and I was like, okay, which vein? You know, just pick a vein. You know, but I made a comment that kind of maybe didn't go over well. Obviously, it didn't go over well, and it's nothing that I don't have against people who have, you know, paid the money, done the exams, put in their time. That all costs money somewhere along the lines. It's time is money, right? The amount of effort you're putting into something to get somewhere, to do something, maybe to turn it into a little bit of a business. I'm okay with that. But I think the flight reviewers, personally, I think that needs to be a bit more regulated. Right now, it's too freelance.
Yeah.
And yes, the regulated part is having your credentials to do that. But the unregulated part is what you charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I would like to see a standard, you know, because it's unfair to us as consumers, to us as new pilots who want to get their advanced, that in your area, you only have this choice and you're going to be putting out 200, 250. I've heard stories people put out $400 or $500 for a flight review. And I chirped up about this once on a forum that Don Joyce had, and I shouldn't have. That wasn't the right place to do it. So I understand my mistake, but and he immediately blocked me. Damn, right there. Just shot me right down. Afterwards, I messaged him and I said, look, buddy, I really apologize. Like, yeah, that was out of step for me. I shouldn't have done it, but I never heard back. And I said, well, whatever. It's his forum. He gets to do what he wants to do on it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to cry over it. I still think his video content is great. I still think what he puts out there puts a lot of work into it. And I still think his Drone Canada Fly app is awesome. I use it. It's not free. You have to pay separately if it's Android based or iOS based.
Yeah.
But I like the features in it because there's a lot of detail in there. You can put all that in there and it works for me anyways.
Well, you want
I
to
think the hardest part of the flight review I had to do was land in ATTI mode.
Yeah. I remember having to do that, and yeah, that was a bit challenging.
Yeah.
But even with my RC helicopter background, right?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a windy day that day. It wasn't windy to the point where you couldn't fly your drone, but that made it a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, Just on the getting blocked, if you want to think about what you got blocked for, there was a channel I used to watch about VW campers. They changed their channel name to A Bus and Beyond. Now, that's not a problem because A Bus and Beyond is fine. But they did this lovely flowery script. And I said to them, you want to be careful with this flowery script that you're using for your logo and everything, because it looks like Abuse and Beyond. Blocked, just like that. Just because I commented on the type of script they were using that made it look as though it could read Abuse and Beyond, not A Bus and Beyond. I thought, oh, it's not even worth, chasing with them.
No.
It's just...
No. And I have to look at it this way. If in this particular instance, I agree. I mean, in the rules, Don said, there's no discussion about certain things, right? And because I get it, like he's got on his app, he has flight reviewers that he could recommend. And I know that subject's a little touchy right now when it comes to how much to pay for a flight review. And I'm sure if there's anybody that's listening to this is probably giving me the stink eye right now, but that's okay. I don't care. Me personally, as a new drone pilot, or as at that time as a new drone pilot, after, like, I went to the flight school and I took the classes, right? And you don't have to do that. You can get your information free and all that. But I paid out like $500 for that here at Waterloo Regional Airport, and it was a good class. It was great people, great content. But then I found out, oh, and you're going to have to do your flight review. And I said, great. Is it part of this class? No.
Yeah, you would have thought it would have been part of, wouldn't you? Especially as it was at the airport.
Well, yeah, but you have to get out there and put a lot of that into practice. You have to get it. You know, they wanted you to at least get your pass your exam, right? And because that whole class was geared towards helping you to read the charts, helping you to understand flight zones, all the rules and regulations, blah blah blah. And they also advertised that you would get some flight time in, but we got zero flight time in, even in a controlled space.
Well, me and Gary, we got this one guy. He's up in your area, I think. But anyways, he came right down to Gary's place, and we flew right at Gary's house.
Yeah, I found out about that fellow afterwards, and I only wish I had hooked up with that fellow ahead of time.
Haraja or something, but super nice guy. He was really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things. And but the fellow I dealt with was nice. He was professional. He was good and everything else. It just, what he had charged me, I thought was a little out of step. Like, it was a bit high. But at that time when I did it, maybe my fault. I didn't explore more choices. So again, out to everyone out there, if you're thinking of getting your advanced and you got to do your flight review, ask some of the guys here on the channel and or do a bit of research, and it's not every flight reviewer charges the same amount. So
that's why
there's
here I have to go about 50 miles to go and get a flight review done.
Yeah, like there's places over here in London now that do it, but I looked. I was even looking at Buttonville Airport in Toronto. There was a couple up there, but I ended up, like I said, I did a lot of research on who does it and who didn't do it and all that stuff, right? And looking at prices and everything else. I did quite a bit of research on it when I come across this guy.
Yeah. Now I got to look at in January. By the end of January, I have to re-register. I have to. And I don't know what part I'm going to have to do. So I got to start digging into this and asking questions.
There's about 3 options, I think.
Yeah. What are those again? Do you know?
I think the one is you redo the exam. Another one is you attend a class for a day.
Which I haven't seen any set up yet.
And third is online self-study or something.
There's one that you can do online, and if you do this online self-study thing, it just automatically renews it for you. If you once you complete that and submit it, it's not even and I think they ask you a few questions at the end. It's not even the exam.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotta take off, Roger, guys. I'll see you later.
Okay, Hugh.
Take care, Hugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of looking around for different options of what you're gonna do, right? So but I think that what they want you to do too is just more on the renewal, just to see if the laws have changed. That you're up to date on all the newest laws.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much. Like when I looked at that AIM manual and at the first time, and I'm thinking to myself, am I training to be a private or commercial pilot here? Like, really?
Yeah.
I get it that there's certain things that I should be aware of.
Hey,
right?
Bill, I'm not really sure. I don't know if there's a time limit on that or not. I don't think there is, but because he's kind of wondering how long after the exam do you have to do the flight review?
I thought it was. I'm not going to misquote. I'd have to go on. It may say something on the Transport Canada site. You'd have to go check it out.
Well, it's easy enough for me to go because I got it bookmarked.
But I thought it was. Sorry, go ahead, Desmond.
Yeah. How long does the flight review take to do?
Mine was a total of.
Oh, no,
let
can't
me
go there
guess.
right now.
I think mine was about an hour, roughly. So
Yeah.
what the flight
you-
reviewer did is he picked a location, and it was
Yeah.
up to me then to review the location. If the location was a location where I had to get authorization to fly there, then I had to go through all those steps. Let them know that I'm doing a flight review. Let them know this is the licensed flight reviewer that's going to be with me, and just follow, dot the I's, cross the T's, go
Yeah.
through the process, right? And then I would submit that to the flight reviewer to show that I've done all those steps and that we are good to go, authorized, if that area requires authorization. And then in my case, it did. And then basically he got there, and you have to go through all the steps, pre-flight checks. You know, what I always did is I always figured I did a bit more than I needed to do, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so he
agree
just
with that.
he casually mentioned it. He said, "Yeah, you're covering a bit more than you need to, but it's not a bad thing, right?"
Yeah, well, same with us. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was about an hour, and he had me fly and out, and obviously visual line of sight, fly out, fly a certain circuit. He had, he had me put it in different modes. He was asking me certain questions as I was flying. He wasn't my visual observer. I actually
Okay.
brought my son with me as the visual observer.
Well, see, me and Gary, we worked together, but since we did it at his house,
mhm.
we knew the area. We knew how high the trees were, how high the hydro poles were. And he had a silo there, which he made us do an orbit around the silo, manual.
Nice.
But, oh, Christ, I don't think I flew for more than 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, the total time, I think the total time spent with the flight reviewer was about an hour. You're right. The total flight time was maybe 10 to 15 minutes.
But me and Gary, we worked together doing the pre-flight checks.
Yeah.
He would read it off of the Canada Pilot app. I go check. Yep. Nope. Check. You know, he allowed us to work together. Then when it was his turn, I did that for him. Right.
Yeah.
So all the pre-flight checks. Now, got a question for you, Rich.
Mhm.
Did you have a fire extinguisher and a first aid kit?
I actually did.
We did too. Yeah. Because you're supposed to have it.
I know. It's crazy. So I brought the one, excuse me, I have one from home, which is checked and recharged annually. And so I brought that with me, and I went out and I ordered a first aid kit from Amazon.
Yeah.
I know. Who would have thought? I need a fire extinguisher but you know what? It could happen, right?
Yep.
It could happen.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I said the hardest thing we had was landing in adding mode. That was the hardest part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But and I was down low over top I have a big landing pad, and the hardest thing was trying to hover and land exactly on the middle of it, because I'd be about 2 feet above it, and then it start drifting away on me, and then I'd bring it back. But he just told me I should practice it a little more. That's all.
The reason I was asking, I was just trying to sort of justify his time and all the rest of it. I suppose he'd have to have insurances and things as well to cover him. So, but I still can't see why it's hundreds to do it. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna stay with my basic. I'm not gonna go for the advance.
No. Well, it all depends what you're doing. You know, for what you're doing. But see, I do a lot of commercial work for real estate, right? So,
yeah.
And I fly near airports, so you have to have that advance.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't fly near airports, but I'm seriously considering the A2CFC, mainly because I was put off by the price initially, but I found a place that does it online and does it a lot cheaper than I had seen, because you've got to do it, I think it's every 5 years. So.
Okay.
But Bill, if you were go for your advance, you're doing a flight review, after you pass your flight review, they have 24 hours to post it to the Canada website as part of their agreement. So you get your advanced license within a day.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's good.
Furball Kim says typical way for them to flood you with so much detour you from owning a drone. I mean, yeah, it's a commitment, right?
Yeah.
It's not one that we're all crazy about, only because I think we can all agree that as hobbyists, we would like to see it simplified a bit more.
Yeah.
But I can see if we're doing it commercially, then keep it realistic. I don't need to know the aerodynamics of a private or commercial aircraft.
Yeah.
I don't need to do I need to understand the fundamental principles of lift and air currents? And I mean, to a degree, I need to have an understanding, or at least comprehend it. And maybe that's why you get tested on it. Like, did you actually read it? Right?
Yeah.
Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
I get it, but it just seems like there's a bit of overkill. And I think that hopefully that'll continue to get fine-tuned in Canada, so that we weed out those stupid questions and just keep everything in there that makes sense.
At the same time, it's not just for drone pilots, though, is it? It's for radio control pilots in general. So, but you would
see, but the thing is, here in Canada, if you belong to a club and you're flying in club-sanctioned airspace like MAC, Model Aviation Aeronautics Canada, right? Then if you belong to MAC, essentially what you're doing is you're paying into an organization where they're ensuring you that if you're flying at a MAC sanctioned field, then you're covered. And you don't have to have a drone basic or advanced operations certificate from Transport Canada, as long as you fly in the perimeters of that sanctioned field, right?
All right.
One of the things too, Bill, if you're in there still listening, is that one of the things that we'll ask you is you'll put your drone out a certain distance, and you got to guesstimate, how far out you are and how high you are, without looking at the screen. You got to say 300 feet out and 150 feet in the air. That's one thing they did ask us, if we knew how far we are without looking at the screen.
I kind of cheated on that. I quickly, I wouldn't do it when he asked me, but I knew that question would come up because there's other people telling me. So what I would do is every once in a while I would quickly just glance down and make a mental note of approximately how far out I was and how high. And when that question came up, then I ballparked it and I was within, so many feet.
Well, actually, and I don't know about you, Rich, but the hardest part I ever did was the exam itself.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
The flight review was easy.
The exam, but because the exam's open book, the hardest part for me was prepping for the exam, the time it took, because if you can use tools like your Adobe Online or your Adobe Reader, right? Yeah, you did it all. Wow.
All the notes.
I did everything online, and I downloaded everything into a PDF form, and then I highlighted. So when I watched Don's videos and he said this section and that section, I went to those sections and I highlighted them all. And so then I can search for that in Adobe Reader real quick. Control F, boom, search, type in your search. It pulls up all the hits and you go, aha, there's the one I need. And I pull it up.
Well, I had two screens. I had the exam here, then Google over on this side.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I'd set up two screens. I had the exam going on one, and I had all my documents up on another. And because you can't possibly remember it all. You just can't. I mean, you maybe, but yeah. And then some of the questions they asked, I literally had to Google them because they were just what? You know?
It's the way they ask them as well. If it's anything like ours, they try and hide the question within a load of guff, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was some stuff on the question I Googled and I couldn't see the answer, plain and simple, right? It just wasn't a simple answer.
I like Furball Kim's comment there. One question: how big of a drone to fly underground? As big as you want. Oh yeah. I just hope it doesn't get too crazy restrictive in Canada. And again, with all these other companies lobbying for the airspace, I just hope we don't run into similar things that our good American friends are slowly running into with all the stupid politics surrounding that, and not a good representation. Like, even though there were so many people that, like, the FAA got flooded with hobbyists, like, and their concerns.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you look at the people on this panel, they're useless. Most of them are just useless. They might as well be stumps on a log, right? So
I kind of heard down through the grapevine, and I think it was on Transport Canada's site too. They're actually looking at relaxing some of the regulations a bit.
Woohoo!
That beyond visual line of sight, like, you know, for a regular, like, advanced pilot or whatever. So
right, but I think you still have to take a visual line like that FP. There's going to be an FPV piece to it.
Oh, is there?
And you're probably going to have to get FPV certified. Yeah, which again is not, at the end of the day, what are they going to do? Charge you $10 and you need to spend a little bit of time and write another test. I don't know, you know, or hopefully not another flight review. Furball Kim says, look, they won't be flying packages by drone in our lifetime. Yeah, maybe not. I know they are in Canada, okay, but only in the Northwest Territories, I think. There's an actual company, and I think I posted it here before, that they actually deliver parcels to, like, the reserves and stuff, to places where it's really hard to get to.
I heard up in Moosonee they're doing that.
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
across the river.
Yeah, and they're delivering, like, medical supplies. So if somebody needs a pharmacy or subscription fulfilled, they'll fly that to them, right? And it's like this big drone that has this big belly, and you can open up the door and remove your parcel or put a parcel in, lock it, and then you walk away, and then the drone operator, you know, hits go and it continues. A lot of it is autonomous.
Well, you know, Bill, with that, what you're thinking there, probably not a real bad idea or something, or at least before you can turn it on, be able to have to go over the rules before, you know, because a lot of people buy drones and, you know, for the kids for a Christmas present and haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
Well, that's why DJI came out with the Mavic Mini, right?
Yeah.
What a great way to hook people into the hobby with all these features that just slides under the current Transport Canada regulations, right? Sub 250 gram drone. And yeah, you're right though. I mean, I don't think any, and the government may have to step in and do this. So it may be like a local government regulation, whatever province you're in Canada. But personally, I don't think any drone manufacturer is going to try to encourage that, because it's going to hurt their bottom line.
Yeah, that's true. Especially all the toy drones.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest with you, you know, the toy drones are going to get destroyed by anything that they hit, pretty much. So.
Well, and I've seen a lot of it too, you know, where people, you know, kids get a drone and the first time, gone.
So Furball Kim says, medical, I see, but ordering a bowling ball or drop
dipshit
like
stuff.
That. Yeah, I could just see that would be your typical drop shipment.
Drop shipment.
So, David, when are you planning on flying your new drone now?
Well, but not shortly. It's still raining outside. It's due to stop raining about 6 o'clock, which will give me a couple of hours to get out and get it in the air.
Here, David, here's my weather, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, I'll rub that in a little.
Yeah,
I've got the same problem Roger had when he got his Mavic Air 2. It's raining. And if I don't fly it tonight or possibly tomorrow, it may be 10 days before I get to fly it, the way the weather forecast is.
Did you have problems calibrating it with the IMU and everything?
Yeah, that's all done early.
Yeah, Kim, as far as doing deliveries, I don't think it's ever going to happen in a town or a city or whatever. Out in the country, maybe. Like, you know, London here, it's called the Forest City. Like my street, there's no place on my street to land a drone or take off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's either hydro wires or trees.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Exactly.
Never gonna happen.
Hey, David,
So,
I'm
Uh,
gonna fly today. Na, 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 na.
How can I switch him off, Roger?
It's all in
Make
love,
me
bro.
host,
It's all in
Roger.
love.
Make me host.
So, David, the easiest way to take off that gimbal guard, you know how it is? The easiest way to take it
Oh,
off?
it's not the getting it off.
Use
it's
your
the putting
teeth.
it back on.
No, I did a video on this. It's called the 3-finger approach. Seriously, guys, this is no joke. 2 top fingers, get it on here, get your thumb underneath, and put pressure with your thumb. It's like doing the claw.
Yeah,
But
like,
put
yeah.
more pressure with your thumb, and it comes off like butter every time.
It's
Every
not.
time.
It's not the putting it off. It's just
Going back on.
sometimes
Well,
getting
the
it
same
off.
thing, right? The same thing. You just get that cup into the lens, into the camera, hook your top. Once you have your top hooked in, again, pressure and your thumb, and it goes in. You get used to it. Just practice.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
all
You
about
guys-
doing this claw technique.
as I say,
and it works
I only
every
got it.
time.
I only got it 5 hours ago. You know, it's
Oh, you guys quit whining. You guys don't own an Inspire.
Oh gosh, no, I don't. I don't.
You have to put the Inspire in landing mode before. Then you got to attach the camera and take it off every time.
Wow.
Got to put
Yeah,
the camera in a
you know what?
box.
I always dreamed about owning an Inspire, but it was so out of my league, dollar wise. Oh my gosh.
I've
just-
only ever seen one Inspire in Scotland, and I had my Spark, and I was going to fly it, and these 2 guys turned up. One of them had an Inspire, and the other had a Phantom something, and they were at the back of where we were, and they got ready, and I went out to, well, what have you got? Oh, my drone's in there. I'll fly it later. I'm just watching you guys. I felt ashamed that I had a Spark because these things were.
But I'll tell you, it takes the Inspire a few minutes to get it ready to go. It's the only. I love the Inspire. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it takes a while to get it going.
Mm.
You got to get it all set up and everything. Get your iPad on, fire it all up, then go out of travel mode. Then it's got to go up and raise. Then you have to shut off the drone. Then get the camera out of the box, put the camera up into place, lock it in, then restart it again.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with this all being an all-in-one package, basically, taking the gimbal off is a walk in the
Nothing.
park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so simple. Even my Phantom, I got a gimbal guard on it, but it just pop it
Yeah,
up, fire it up, where you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Phantom Flight 101. Yeah, you were talking about that the other day on those guys. I think it's here in Quebec. They got a contract for that or something for starting the deliveries.
It was
Yeah.
a drone called Drone Canada, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think he's starting it off here in Quebec.
I'd be worried, Roger, because I've got a feeling Kim's going to be ordering bowling balls if that ever starts.
Yeah, I'll be ordering. I'll order a freezer. There you go.
Hey, Paul Murray.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, good morning, Paul.
Hey,
How you
Paul.
feeling?
Well, a little peaky, but I'll get through it. The other thing I was going to say, Paul, is maybe in your case you can't do it, but I have a Tahoe I drive. I used to leave my Inspire completely put together in the landing mode and just set it in the back of the Tahoe.
But see, I got a pickup truck, and there's no way I'm just going to set it in the back of my truck because I hit the brakes, it's gone.
Yep. Well, and I was lucky enough to have a Tahoe, and for the last 2 years, I own 4 different Inspires, and never did I have to. The cases when I sold my used ones, when the cases were like new, and they'd say, "Well, don't these zippers always?" I don't know. I never used it.
Well, don't get me wrong, Paul. I just love this drone. But I'm just saying it takes longer to get it set up.
Oh yeah.
But you can get a case, I think, that in
the
mode,
landing. Yep.
but
in
it's
the landing
really
mode,
deep,
yeah.
right? So
But they're big like a steam trunk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my friend with the Phantom, whenever Lindsay sees his pack, and she says, "I'm glad you didn't buy one of those," because I did look at the Phantom earlier on, and I'm glad you didn't buy one of those. And she, I think she was expecting this one to be bigger than it is, because all she'd seen previously was the the Mavic Pro. Again, another friend with one of those.
Yeah.
And
So what did she think when she saw it?
well, she's
Or
she
she at
only saw
work?
it briefly before she went to work. But she,
Oh, okay.
she
But
said,
the one
"Oh,
thing I
cool,
really
it's
like about the Inspire, if I fly in an area that's close to the airport, it don't stop me from flying.
No, because that's pre. That you're flying in the pre models where they didn't.
Well, the Phantom,
get all
I've
that
had to go and
nonsense.
wait for a text to come back to say,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
got this number that it's okay to fly.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
most of my Inspires, when they started to get kind of restrictions to them, Paul, what they would do is if you were by an airport or whatever, it would say, "This is a no-fly zone," and then it had a little box you could check at the bottom said
And
you
you
take
could-
responsibility.
That's right.
Yep,
You can,
take
you can
responsibility,
hardly
boom.
see it. Yeah,
Yep.
you can hardly see it, but it's there,
Yep.
and you've got to go and
It's
take
there,
it. Yeah.
and it just unlock it.
But with the Phantom, there's like 3 boxes you have to hit. Then you got to go for authorization. Then you got to wait for the authorization, put the number in, then you can go fly.
Yeah, you have to have internet service to do
Yep.
all that too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I've had a
I'm-
lot less restrictions with the Inspire than I have with the Phantom.
I'm glad I just got the small drones, the hobbyist one.
Yeah.
Well, Roger, you're doing a really good job too. I want to tell you, and everybody's going to give you advice on how to fly. You just figure it out the way it feels good for you.
Yeah.
Don't try to fly to other people's standards because that's where guys get frustrated.
That's what
Yeah.
I'll be posting
Yeah.
a video this afternoon. That's when I was flying towards the tower. I did the orbit, but the orbit was a second video I did. But I'm going to post the first one now.
Yeah.
So
I understand
Oh.
you have to break them up because every time you hit the start and stop button, it's a different video.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because of your poor internet service, you're loading them one video at a time.
6 hours, Paul, to upload that last video I just did now.
Oh.
6 hours. I started at 4 o'clock this morning, finished at 10.
Number
6
two,
hours, man, for a 5-minute video.
Mine's
Yeah,
like 10,
well-
15 minutes.
And it's at 1080. It's not at 2.7.
Yeah, see, the most of the rest of the world, Roger, that
I
would
know.
take about 7 to 8 minutes to upload.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Yeah,
I
Paul.
think mine's
Paul
about
made an awesome comment there,
hi JSK.
and I think that like he said, you can take all the advice, but the way I look at the advice is, it's good to listen to, but you take the little bits and pieces that are most important to you, and then just use it if you need it, right? And obviously, there's some advice you're going to get that is fundamental, so you want to hear that. But when it comes to flying and shooting, it's all about that personal approach, like what you see, what
Yeah.
your vision is, how your style, and it's going to break down to your flying. And Roger, I got to tell you, man, every time you're out there flying, in my opinion, and I'm sure many will agree with me, it's getting better and better and
Yeah.
better. You're getting smoother. It's looking so good. So
Yeah.
keep it up, buddy. Keep it up.
And it's just like even famous painters of the past and present, they all have a different vision, and it's your personal perspective is what you're
Yeah.
bringing.
And the thing is, if you really get thinking about what Roger's doing, he's not editing.
Yeah.
That's raw
No,
footage.
he's
I don't
taking it
know.
right raw from the
Yeah,
card.
raw footage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so it's really good. Yeah.
Hmm.
I
And
Northeast drones, but as you say, Rich, it's for whatever you do in life. That's good advice. It's the way you see it, the way
Yeah.
you want to do it. As long as it works for you, does it matter that you pick your nose before you turn left or whatever? Yeah, you know what I mean, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
No,
Paul,
the-
did you get a chance to check out the link I put in the chat earlier today?
Yes,
I
I
took
did.
it out, but
Yep, I did.
the Buffalo Chip girls there. Yeah.
Yes.
That's where you've been. You've been at Sturgis.
I think
You were
we
Northeast,
all know
Brooklyn.
where Paul's going next year this time.
Yeah.
If the border's open, I think we know Paul's going to be on a road trip.
You see what Northeast Drone Productions wrote down? Canadian Drone Hub. Only fly in the air. Doesn't look as good hitting the ground.
That's
Well, I
good
tell
advice.
you, when things get sorted out better, I think we need to have the biggest, the best, Roger Palooza ever.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to
Yeah.
fix it with my landlord to get lots of property.
That's like the
You
advice
have
they
to have
give
your
all
own air
people.
traffic control there.
Yeah.
Everybody will be coming to visit Camp Roger.
Right. There'll be caravans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Motorhomes, tents.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's going to have a stage with lighting. I mean, he's going to go route. I'll tell you.
I think so.
But I wish the hell it would have been sunny this morning because I wanted to fly around those wind turbines.
Oh yeah.
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 I wanted to fly around those this morning, but it was bloody raining all the way down there and all the way back. It rained.
Yeah. Now
You
I
get
have
a
an
chance.
interesting story to share. So I decided to fly around a wind turbine,
Yeah.
and not one that was stationary, but
Yeah.
one that was actually turning.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I wanted.
And you really got to be mindful of how close you kind of get to those, not because of the blades,
Mhm.
and not because that the fact that some of them will directionally shift,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
it's more so the turbulence that they create from those
Yep.
blades,
Yeah.
right? I got caught up in a bit of that wash with my Mavic 2 Pro, and I almost lost it. Scared the bejeebities out of me.
Yeah.
And I quickly took it away, landed it, and I said, "Oh, this was a bad idea."
But you learnt flying
Oh.
from that.
Yeah, my
Well, you
heart ended up in my throat. I think at
Yeah.
that moment, it was like I'm saying, "Okay, this is it. This is the end of my drone. It's going to be in pieces."
Yeah.
And thankfully, I got out of that turbulence and I landed it. I was sweating. I was
Well, I'm
sweating.
just
If
happy.
I wasn't wearing Depends, I think I'd be in trouble.
I'm just happy I got the zoom on that one, so I'm not going to be that close.
Well, Roger, just remember, if you get in a situation like that, altitude is your friend. Go up.
Yeah.
Always go up. Don't try to go side to side.
Yeah.
Just go up.
Yeah.
Full stick up.
Yeah.
That's great
Flight
advice,
101.
except in a glider.
Herman's saying, learn how to edit. Learn how to edit the video. Yeah.
Well, Herman, we're taking it steps at a time. He's got to learn how to get
Fly.
good internet once he gets that.
Once
This is,
Roger gets that high-speed internet, buddy, Herman, he's going to knock everybody's socks off. It's going to be amazing. It's already amazing now, but wait till it gets the high speed, man.
Yeah. Just right shortly, not too long after I got my drone, I wasn't into editing too much, but coloring and all that. But here, I'll show you something here. This is when I flew around a windmill. I was playing around here, so if you guys can see it, but
Yeah.
yeah. But that's about as close as I got. I never went really close, I don't think. But
Well,
see,
the key for Roger is now he has a zoom,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
Yeah.
he can zoom in, make it look like he's closer.
Yeah.
yeah.
right.
I'm trying to think here if I don't think I got much closer than that on any of them, but there was a bunch of them there that,
Yeah.
I was flying around because we got a lot of them down here.
We
But
don't we don't have that many here.
You
That's
can
Oh.
have
why
some
I see
flowers.
them.
Oh,
The
we
only
got
place
them
I see
everywhere
them
down
is
here.
up by the reserve. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
was that shot with the Inspire?
Phantom 4.
With the
Phantom 4 Pro.
Okay.
But that wasn't color grading. It was a dull, dingy day. I just wanted to go fly.
Yeah, sometimes that's good enough. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Now, Paul, have you gotten a Z3 for that Inspire yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Once you do, you'll never pick up the X3 again.
Is that right? Yeah.
And we're talking. These are the cameras, I take it, right?
Yep,
Yep,
yeah. The X3 is the one where you put it on the bottom because it's what's nice about the Inspire. It's got a collar. You can just turn that collar, take it down. You could put on the Z3, which is zoom camera. You could put on the X5 camera, which is where you can change lenses.
Mhm.
It's just a twist of a collar because all the connections are there.
Wow.
And even the thermal imaging from FLIR, up, twist,
Yeah.
it's on.
Okay.
But I recommend to anybody that's flying an Inspire, at least get the Z3 camera.
I think the Inspire would be just an amazing drone to fly.
Every time you fly it, Paul, you get excited because you watch the
I love it.
landing gear go up.
But that's what I like
That's
watching.
half
them.
the fun.
Yeah, I was going to say I love watching them. I'll never own one, but I just love watching them take off. And,
Well, that's going to be the next thing now. You guys keep buttering up the wife there, David. Keep buttering up the
That's
wife.
going to require a lot of butter.
yeah.
Man,
Hey,
I may have
guys,
to I may have to get the tanker truck of butter in for that one.
Okay, guys, I got to run. My son's on his way over. He bored my air compressor and hose and
Okay.
coming over with, I think, the kids too. So,
Okay.
so
Bye,
I got to go.
Paul.
So we'll talk to you guys
Take
later.
care.
Right?
Okay, Paul. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Yep.
I'm just
so-
going on the DJI site just to torment myself because I want to take a look at the Inspire now.
I think is Matt in the chat.
Matt's still
Northeast
here. Yeah.
Drones from Australia. How you doing, Matt?
Oh, look, I can get a DJI Inspire 2 for the simple USD price of $29.99.
$29. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Oh, hey,
Rick-
wait. Now, if I wanted to get the Inspire 2 Pro, it's 9,850 USD. And if I wanted to get the 2 Premium, it's 12,300
Holy
USD.
crap. Holy crap.
Think that's
Oh.
more than
What
buttering
you
up.
got to remember when I
Come
bought
on,
my
Lotto Max, baby. Come on.
when I bought my first Inspire 1, it came with an X3 camera in a case, and it wasn't the Pro, it wasn't the Advanced, it wasn't any of those. I paid $3,600 US,
Wow.
and with one battery
Mhm.
and the controller, of course. And I was tickled to death at that. Now you can buy Inspire 1s for like $1,000, $1,100.
Mhm. On the used marketplace, yeah.
Even new ones, because Paul bought his from me, and I bought it. It was a new Inspire 1 Pro, and I only paid $989 for it.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. I'm looking at the specs of the Inspire 2 here, and it just
Well, what happened is I had 2 Inspire 1s, and I bought the Inspire 2, and I flew the Inspire 2, and I says, this isn't anything different than, I'm not using a second party to run the controller, run the
Mhm.
camera.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't really need the FPV camera on the front. It takes 2 batteries. I priced a set of batteries was $400 US, and I just returned it. I said, nah, I don't think so.
Wow. Wow.
Everything doesn't have anything to do with
Because the Inspire 1 will handle all the cameras that the Inspire 2 does.
Hmm. I'm checking out DJI refurbished just to see if they have that.
Sure. Because I tell you
But
what,
you're right.
once you own an Inspire 1, that's what we're working Roger up to.
Oh my God.
Baby steps, we gotta work up the ladder.
Wow. Refurbed USD on the DJI site, though. I mean, yes, I agree. You can probably get a better price on a private deal. Inspire 2. Now that's an Inspire 2, so not an Inspire 1. They're asking for $23.99 USD refurbished. So, yeah.
So that'd
All right.
almost be 3,000. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Paul, you may have just whetted my appetite for an Inspire 1. I may have to
Well,
start
Rich,
looking.
I'm telling you, once you have an Inspire 1, you can say you've flown them all. Because the Inspire 2 flies the same, acts the same, does the
Mhm.
same, everything is the same, except it's got dual batteries.
Yeah.
Which allow it to fly a little longer. Now, the Inspire 1's going to only give you 15 to 18 minutes of flight time.
Hmm.
But I don't know about you, but I'm flying the Mavics. I never fly to the limit. I always come back with about 60, 70% flight still available, and I have to fly around and dink around to get it down to where it's back into the storage mode.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think really when we look at a lot of these YouTube channels and you get, a lot of these guys pushing these drones to the limit, obviously they're no longer line of sight, right? They're flying.
Yeah.
They're flying.
Yeah.
They're just like, heading out there into the middle of God knows where. And they're really loving the battery capacity and the flight time on the Mavic Air 2, for example.
Like Philly Drone Life pushes the batteries to the capacity.
Yeah.
But Roger, we're going to get him into an Inspire 1 eventually.
I thought he
Take care,
had one.
Northeast Drones.
I thought he had an
I was just
Inspire
reading.
at some point.
I was just reading what Phantom Flight 101 was just wrote down there that everything doesn't have anything to do with the internet. You can cut down 15 minutes of a video and just show your shots that cut out and transition points.
Yeah, you can do that. And the other thing that Roger is a little hesitant to do is, and I understand it. You get older, we don't like change. Movie Maker would be perfect for Roger. He's got it.
Yeah, I got it. I'll be
Then you can
practicing on
just-
that.
You can just load them on the computer. You're not using internet or anything else. And then you stack them up and then you just chop and edit and fade and everything. And it's all right
copy
there. It's
paste. Yeah.
I gotta
One
get
of these
Tim
days,
to-
Roger and I, you and I are going to go live in the afternoon, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you how to use a Movie Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, we bombarded everybody in the chat. Don't do it like that. Do it this way. Do it like this. Do it like that.
Oh, because that's artistic. Anybody that does that's an idiot. It's from your perspective, Roger. Never forget your perspective.
Yeah. And it's not so much that they're idiots, but you just put on your filters, right? And it's like, you take in what's important to you and you filter out what doesn't matter. So
Yeah, if you do everything the same way as everything else, it kills all sorts of individuality and the creative process and everything. It's just
and from your perspective too, Roger, is what you're trying to show may not be what Joe Blow or Ken Dow or Bobby Dot or whatever what they want to see. No, it's what you wanted to show.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. And I remember posting a video that I did, and it wasn't the best editing ever. I was even kicking myself with some of the audio and stuff. And somebody chirped on, said, "Oh, you should do this and you should do that and you should blah blah blah." And I said, "Hey, thanks for your opinion, appreciate it, but you know what? I'm still learning." So just left it at that. And I'm not shooting professional grade. It's going to be in a commercial or it's going to be playing at your local cinema. I'm just an amateur dude having fun. And that's the bottom line. Have fun. When it stops being fun, you got to start asking yourself some questions saying, why am I doing this way? Because I'm not having fun anymore. And if not having fun is having to edit a lot of video because it takes a lot of time, then just fly. Right? Just fly.
David puts out some excellent travel videos around up there in Scotland, and I'll tell you what, and it's his perspective, and that's what I think everybody appreciates. This is the way you see it on this date at this time, and it really comes to life. You cannot get into the mind of anybody else, and nobody else should be in your mind. Your mind is what you see.
So a Phantom Flight just wrote down there.
Yeah, on the thing about people pushing for the range, I had that conversation already with Lindsay. She says, "What are you going to do? You've got bigger batteries. You can go. I bet you'll be going out further." And I said, "To be honest, no. What I want from the bigger batteries is loiter time when I get to where I want to fly. And instead of flying out and a quick, and then back with the Spark, I can fly out and I can take my time and do the shots and then come back.
Crop, zoom, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say the Zoom is the greatest thing that they added to the
Oh,
abilities.
we've already been talking about it, Paul, with all the things I've got planned to try with that Zoom.
Yeah, you just what you got to get used to is the darn finger
I've been
movements.
sitting with the control doing it.
Because when you hold that button down, it goes down about a micro millimeter.
There's hardly any movement in it.
And then when you're rocking it, it goes. But if you lift this thumb just a microsecond too quick, all of a sudden you're controlling the camera and does this bounce up, bounce down.
Practice yoga with these two fingers.
It's the Zen movement.
Stretch the thumb, then the pointer. Stretch the thumb, then the pointer.
Right. So today's a no-fly today. It's raining off and on, off and on. If the sun comes out tonight, after supper, I'll probably go out flying. I'm going to find a place to fly. I was going to bring everything with me this morning. I says, the hell with it. I seen how it was raining. I said, no. Lucky I didn't, because I would have had it in the car for nothing.
Yeah, I got a bit of work cut out for me this week. So I'm definitely going to try to get out flying today, but I've got a little inventory I got to go through and
There you go.
test it all out.
Get to it, young man. It won't last till tomorrow.
Geez, that
What
sounds
would
awfully familiar.
what would your grandfather say? Don't put off till tomorrow. Get her done, young man. Get her done.
Yeah. Procrastinations is the
Yep.
devil's tool. That's
right.
Oh my.
Either we all had the same granddad or they were working from the same book.
I think it's the same book. It's a universal book. And you know what's odd is I have the similar conversations with my kids. And I look at my daughter who now has children of her own, 2 little boys. And I see her go through things and my wife does too. And we just laugh inside.
Yep.
We just laugh inside. You know, we're going, you know what? Something, as much as other things have changed, some things just stay the same.
Yeah. Well, and then family's everything to Roger because he just loves his daughter-in-law. They have a relationship like this. This is Roger, and this is the daughter-in-law. You know,
Give me a minute.
That's Roger. You mean? That's Roger. You mean?
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna throw up.
Wait, violins. We need violins.
But the daughter-in-law did give him a wonderful granddaughter.
Yeah. That's one thing. That's the best thing that came out of her, and that was that.
Literally.
Recovery one drone. Most of the time, if you plan, have a storyline in the back of your head, and you can get most of the shots you need from the spark up to the inspire. Yeah, sure do.
Yeah. I mean, what I do is like if I go out to fly and I'm in an area, I take a moment to kind of look around, right?
That's me too. I do the same thing.
And then you just say, okay, in your head, you say, okay, this is really cool. Oh, that's really cool over there. I want to make sure I get that. And that's also interesting. And then after that, after I kind of take that look around, then I go, okay, so where do I want to start? And then how do I want to finish? And then you just go fly.
Yeah,
and it comes together.
You can see that in David's videos. He tells the story when he's, you know, he talks about taking off at dawn or dark or in the afternoon or whatever.
And see, nothing in my videos about taking off at dawn.
David's dawn could be midnight at the summer solstice, you know?
Yeah.
No, that's what I do. I drive around, I park on the side of the road, I look around.
Yep.
Then after I drive a little more, I stop, I look around. But
it's a good habit. It's very good habit.
And sometimes it's good. Like I have a Garmin GPS in my older SUV, right? Because it doesn't have no tech in it. Okay. It starts, it runs, I'm happy. But I got this Garmin GPS off of Amazon. And if I get to a spot that I really like, maybe I don't have my drone with me, or I just don't have time to fly, I'll pull over and I'll mark that spot on the GPS, and I'll just put in, you know, a few little notes like great spot, nice tree line, or not great spot, there's a pond or a lake or whatever. And then I have those things to go back to so that I'm not scratching my head wondering, where was that place, right?
Hmm.
And then you can also check those places out. You take that information, you can check those places out on Google Maps.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of plan, you can kind of sort of plan where you're going to go. So you're not wasting, especially if you're going out flying and you got a few different places you want to go to, you're not wasting a lot of time just driving.
That's it.
Right?
That's it. Hey, Paul, Reba Phantom Flight 101 wrote.
The what you call it? Google Maps is my friend. I spend hours on there hunting out places to go with the RV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Roger, you know what? You're doing great, buddy. You just keep it up. You know what?
Yes.
It's
Well,
like riding. It's like we tell kids, and when we were kids ourselves one day riding a bike, right? You don't learn by watching someone else do it. You just do it yourself.
Yeah. That's it.
And it's very noticeable, Roger, how much better you're getting with each video.
Mm-hmm. No pressure. No pressure.
No, because it's a comfort and an ease. You can see, it's like when you watch somebody that's learned to fly, they're tense and everything. And Roger's getting to a point now where it's just kind of like he's letting it flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Phantom Flight 101.
Yep. And you know what? Some of the most successful videos out there are people shooting it raw with no editing, and they just put it into their mind. They have a starting point. They kind of have a general understanding of where they're flying and what's out there, and they explore. It's like exploring. It's like, let's say you were flying and all of a sudden there was an abandoned little town that came up over top that you never knew existed, that you've heard of, but you've never been to.
Yep.
And all of a sudden this clearing opens up and it's like, oh, cool. Got to check this out. And it's all about exploring, and you explore in your own way, right?
Because I know there's three places in Drummondville I want to fly around.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two other places I want to go to, and there's a vineyard I want to do. But the vineyard, I haven't seen the owner lately, so I gotta try and find him.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Sam, how you doing? So, I mean, there's certain spots I want to fly around.
Roger, where I see editing coming into play in the near future for you is if you're using two different drones. So let's say the vineyard, you use the Mavic Air 2 to fly and do a lot of nice aerial shots of the vineyard.
But once I start going out more, I'm going to bring the two drones with me, the Mini and the
and I was going to say, and then you can take the Mini and get a lot of those low shots because you've got less sensors on this thing. You only have one sensor on the bottom.
That's it.
And you don't have that obstacle avoidance in the front. So you can fly like under the trees, nice and slow, and get some nice pictures. And then when you learn the video editing part, you'll learn how to put this piece with this piece.
Yeah.
And it's like making a good stew. It's like making a great dinner. You just, the more you understand of what goes good with what, the more delicious it gets. Right.
Yeah.
So it's all time practice, and
I just don't want to charge all my batteries up and then all of a sudden go 3 or 4 days while flying because of the weather or something like that. I got to make sure the weather is fine.
I usually don't charge my batteries until the morning of. So if I know I'm going to be heading out early in the morning, I'll get up a bit earlier and I'll start charging because they're all in a storage state.
Yeah.
And then by the time I'm ready to leave, I've had my breakfast, I've showered and everything else. All my batteries are ready to go and I'm out the door.
Well, the other thing you got to remember is, and nobody says you should do this, but you can do this.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In storage mode is usually 45 to 50% of your battery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
on your Mavic Air 2, you're looking at 6 to 7 minutes of flight time. So if there's an accident and you want to get it right next door, you could take off at 45, 50%, get that accident, fly it, and then land and still have 20, 30%
Oh,
left.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I
I've had to do that with ships before. Even on my Mavic Zoom 2, Mavic 2 Zoom, I've been able to get 2 or 3 ships and they're not right back to back.
Yeah,
So I turn it off and I'm down to 75% battery left after I did one ship. Do
Yeah.
another ship, now I'm down to 50% battery. Do another ship, now I'm down to 30 when I land. And then I recharge the battery.
That's like I was saying to Herman the other day. There, it's the thing with the battery. Having one battery on the Mavic Air 2 is like having 3 batteries on the Spark.
Yep.
For, going up and doing exactly that kind of thing. It gives you, just flying the same sort of thing. I could do that 3 times.
Yep.
So
exactly, David. In a perfect world, you would take off and fly that sucker to 28 or 30 minutes and land.
Yeah.
But if we're not in a perfect world, that's the reason. Back in the day when you used to get 8 to 10 or 12 minutes of flight time, then people says, well, always recharge your batteries before you ever take off. Never take off without 100% battery. Well, that has all pretty much changed now that we got 32, 35-minute flight times.
yeah.
Because that's like saying you could never take a plane off unless it's topped off the tank. In a perfect world, yes.
And most often they don't fly with a full fuel load because it takes more fuel to fly that way.
Yep.
See, tomorrow, 56% rain. Thursday looks like a nice day. Friday, 75%. Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
So it looks like you got Thursday, Friday.
But you see what your Wednesday one looks like there, Roger. All your Monday and Tuesday ones. That's what mine looks like for the next 10 days.
Yeah. So we're not good weather for flying, that's for damn sure.
Well, you've got looked like a window of Thursday and Friday, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to go in the mornings because they'll rain in the afternoon. I'll have to get pretty early in the morning.
I agree with that one that you've typed in there, Rich. We overthink things and simple works.
Yeah, I mean, everything's a progression. Like the biggest and most overwhelming thing when I was thinking about doing YouTube and something that a lot of guys that are really grounded and they've been doing YouTube for a while, they'll tell you, sometimes folks will ask them, well, how do I get into YouTube and how do I post my videos? And the people that are really down to earth will just tell you straight up, use what you have and start, right? Eventually, you'll get better. You learn more from what you're doing. And then you begin to understand other things that you'd like to do. And then you start learning how to do those. So everything's a step. And as you get better at this foundation, then you start building on that. And then everything just becomes easier because you start to understand how all these pieces kind of fit together. And then you decide on how many of those pieces you want to use every time you put something together. So
Yeah.
really,
and I agree. And sometimes the thing of it is, one of the reasons I 95% of always fly with the Zoom on the Mavic 2 Zoom is because I'm dialed in muscle memory. Okay. So I don't have to rethink anything. Now, when I put the Air 2 up, I got to think about pushing the button, doing the wheel, and this that is not natural compared to how I fly 95% of the time. Doesn't mean it's not a great drone, but that'll be, David, your primary drone from here on out, and you'll learn those steps, and it'll just become muscle memory. When you want to do it, you just do it.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, I'm saying I'm going to keep the Spark, etc. But I doubt once next week's over that the Spark will be getting used much.
Well, if you're like me, and I think Rich, we accumulate drones, but we keep hanging on to them. You've got this unusual compadre or family towards your drones because they're an extension of you. So therefore, when you decide to pass them on, you just don't pass them on to anybody. You make sure they're going to take care of your babies.
Mhm. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like when I sold my Spark and my original Mavic Air, there was a lot of, I don't know how to put this gently, idiots out there that were just basically, oh, cool. Oh, I got something I can fly near an airport, or I've got something I could do this or that with, or hey, will you give me everything for $10? Okay, you obviously have no appreciation for the hobby. You have no appreciation or understanding of what is there, what I'm offering. And I ended up finding people that were genuinely interested, that have done a little bit of research, and that are prepared to take that next step. And you make it reasonable for them, and they're happy, you're happy, and you know that that drone's going to go on to get well used and treated properly, because it's not like somebody just going to go out there and grab it and fly it until the battery's dead, or run it into a wall because they're just being morons, right? They're just being irresponsible. So yeah, it's exactly that. It's like, like if you were nurturing, something, and now you have to pass it on, you can only hope that the person that's going to receive it is going to appreciate it as much as you did, right?
Right.
Mhm.
My son's sniffing around, so we'll see. You were saying the other day, Paul, I've told him to go away and come back with his flyer ID and operator ID. So he'll take the exam and pay that as money, and we'll talk a deal then, maybe. At least I'll be able to keep it in the family and keep him on the right lines till he gets a bit of give him the kind of things I didn't have, when I started out 3 years ago.
And most of it is experience and the knowledge that you've learned, and the little quirks and the little tips and tricks with each drone, right?
With the drone itself, yeah.
Well, and if he was smart, David, he would take you up on it because of the wealth of knowledge that you have gained over the years of your flight experience.
It's just the experience, the experience with the drone and knowing.
When he has a question, he can say, "Hey, Dad, what about this? Hey, Dad, what about that?"
Yeah, we'll see. If he comes, he's away to walk me up with his work this week. So if he comes back and he's sat down this week and said, right, I'm going to take the exam, when he gets back, sort of thing, then we'll see where it goes from there.
It's like our family member, Carpenter Rick there, who is out there diligently working his butt off so that he can come and buy that other drone.
Yeah, no shit.
What's broke on the truck ring?
His ears were ringing. Look, they're on fire.
That's it.
On your break.
Yeah, I pushed through. I got half the day done now, so we're gonna call this a lunch and a break in one.
Wow.
That's the dynamics of being the boss, right?
Yeah.
So how many bullwhips do you carry in the back of that truck there? Like, get to work, guys.
Always within arm's reach.
Rich
was saying he's got that drone right there, just sitting there waiting for you.
Oh, I know. I got a picture. I got a picture right before bed last night of about 7 big helicopters that made my heart just about skipped.
Yeah, Rick's motto: I walk softly, but I carry a big stick.
That's it. Well, all the gangsters here in the city, they like to do stupid stuff, right? So I think the odd time maybe I've gotten into a tussle with somebody around, and
okay.
that's why my teeth are all smashed out. So next time it'll be their teeth smashed out instead of mine.
And one thing I wanted to always ask you, David, have you seen a street crime increase over there in Scotland recently, or no?
It's difficult to say because of where we live. We don't see it. We live in a quiet little village, halfway between two cities, where it no doubt is bad. But we still leave the door unlocked at night and things like that in this village. You don't lock your car half the time in this village. It's that kind of place.
Well, and that's good, and I hope it doesn't spread. But
Whether
I think a lot of this nonsense about you got to treat people differently now just because they deserve. No.
no. If they've stepped outside the lines of society, then they have to accept the rules of that society.
Yeah, you want to play the game, you better be ready to deal with somebody like me, because you steal from me. I don't care about the cops, because I'll deal with you first, and then I'll do the time in jail. But you'll go to the hospital.
I heard a line the other week, and I thought that was what would make, I would like to happen if we ever got burgled. Burglar, you're not calling the cops. Me, you're the only one who knows you're here.
I see that. Well,
and my worker need fertilizer.
See? I had a guy that was working for me steal all my tools, and I caught him on camera. Oh yeah, this is about 5 years ago. I had a Dodge Durango, and he popped the side window out of it and took everything. And before I even knew, it was already gone to the what do you call that, like a pawn shop or whatever, where where they just off the stuff for cheap. So I called his father. I said, well, you got about 15 minutes to get me my $7,000, or I'm telling you now, you're going to be burying your fucking boy. Sorry for the language. And he came about a half hour later with my money and his son. I punched his son right in the face, took the cash, and told him, I cross you again, it's going to be more than one punch in the head. Now, that guy, he's disappeared and never heard from him again, never nothing. It's too bad, too, because he was a good tradesman, but he had a cocaine addict problem, right?
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah.
So he literally...
we all have our demons, right? And unfortunately, it in some cases it just pushes us to make those decisions that just aren't the right ones.
Yeah, and the thing is, before that, he was a really good guy. Like, I helped him out a few times. I knew he had a problem, but he always came to work on time, so I would advance him half his pay sometimes. Whatever. I know the world's tough, right? But you can't bite the hand that feeds you. You just can't, right?
No. The 911 man's humming. We best be careful about plans.
Don't worry, the cops know all about me. I got no criminal record or nothing like that, but I've had a few people cross my path that regretted it, because I'm a good guy to everybody. I'll help anybody out if I absolutely can, whether it's $50 or whatever. I don't care, but just be good to everybody around you. That's all I ask, right?
Yeah, that's my motto. I mean, what you're going to pay forward, I'm not expecting anything in return, but what I hope is that it makes a bit of a difference for that person. And the next time they're in a position where they can pay it forward, they can do the same, right?
Yep.
So, it is what it is.
Absolutely. I've given away more drones than I've sold. Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
But they were to people that I thought needed it. And that's the bottom line. It doesn't bother me. You know what I mean?
Well, there's definitely a line there where something like that, a good hobby or a good outlet, can change a person's life.
Absolutely. And our community here is such a good group of people. I don't want to say guys, because there's a few ladies too, but they're all good people,
Yeah.
I'm still pretty shocked that John Spizzo's gone, to be honest. I don't know what to say about it. I'm just kind of shocked.
Well, it just shows you, do what you can do while you're here. Experience what you want to experience while you're here. I never want to die having regrets on my mind.
I agree 100% with Paul. I mean, I think the thing that we need to do is live life to the fullest. And I don't mean, I never got to do skydiving, or I never drove a Lamborghini. No. Those are material things that, it's unrealistic, right? You got to look at the realistic picture around you. You know what? If you need to get out and enjoy the outdoors more, and you're regretting that you're not doing it now because you're tying yourself indoors too much, or you're a workaholic and you're in the house all the time, you know what? You're going to regret one day that you never stepped out of your home and looked up in the sky and appreciate what you have. So,
old age gives you that perspective.
Yeah.
The older you get,
absolutely.
because here's the one thing that I do not appreciate about getting older is Up here, you still think you're 24.
Oh yeah.
Out here, I know I'm 68, you know?
Oh yes.
We all wish we were as young and as agile as Carpenter Rick.
Yep, even me.
Carpenter Rick is full of energy. Now that boy, I tell you.
So I was always told I was full of piss and vinegar, and eventually it would go away. But I'm 42, and it still hasn't even subsided at all. So I'm just going with it, right?
Well, from my perspective, Rick, is you are blessed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. You know, the genetics that I inherited are freaking amazing. Like, except for I've got a little bit of gray in my beard now, I still look like I'm 30 years old, right? And
Yeah,
I
but
have
Rick, when you put that
real-
Spider-Man costume on, nobody knows anyways,
That's
right?
it. That's it. That's it. I just don't see the phone booth. I'll have to use one of those porta potties.
Well, then you'd be the working man, Spider-Man.
That's it. That's it. So how are you doing, Paul? I haven't seen you too much lately.
And I have moments where I'm doing about the same, and then I have other moments where things get a little cloudy and the room starts to spin and things like that.
That sucks.
Did you take your meds this morning, Paul?
It's all part of the process. What day is it?
Tuesday.
No, I didn't. I'm getting to a point, Roger, where I don't know why I take these damn things.
Me too. I say that every morning, but I still gotta take them.
You know, I went off my meds 2 weeks ago, and except for I've lost some sleep, I feel better.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it, but I really do.
Recovery Drone says, Rick, I need a Phantom 4 Pro Obsidian. Hint, hint.
So do I. So do I. So how about I buy one, beat the crap out of it for a couple of years, and then I'll send it on to you. No, I'm gonna buy one more
No,
drone.
Rick,
and then I'm done.
here's the conversation. Rich and David and Roger are looking forward towards an Inspire One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I ain't got that
Don't
deep
worry,
of pockets.
baby, I'm not gonna leave you. Mwah,
Yeah. You would think by the amount of money I spend on this vehicle, my pockets were bottomless, but they're actually not.
No.
Oh, I think you've definitely paid your dues on that truck.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
That truck, every time you walk out the door towards your truck, that truck should be going, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. You didn't put me in a scrapyard and it didn't tear me all apart. God bless you.
Yeah. Well, I treated it to a brand new oil change this morning, so it better start acting normal. And this is the first vehicle.
Recovery One drone says, I need a Phantom 4 Pro. Upside down, hint, hint, Carpenter Rick.
Yeah, me too. I need a. Phantom 4. You know, honestly, the Phantom series is pretty much doesn't do much for me anymore. I gave my Phantom away a couple of years back, and all Daisy ever does is fly it into the fence. So
Herman will be on. Herman will be on in a minute.
One of the other impressive drones that I flew was a big octocopter that I had. But what I didn't like about it was the controller was Futaba.
So I had a DJI Flame Wheel. I
have all this other add-on stuff, and that's just not my style.
Yeah. Now I had that too, Paul. It was a DJI Flame Wheel I had before Phantom even existed. And you know, the money that I had into it for the enjoyment I got out of it didn't equal.
Oh yeah. And
but
you know
that
what?
Align, when you used to go out and fly, you'd take up and the legs would go up, and it was huge. I mean, it had like a 5-foot.
Yeah.
When you went out and you banked it, it banked like a 747. It was impressive.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
but
guys,
when we look
somebody just showed up here. I got to run, but
all right.
you guys take care and
Paul,
God
stay
bless all of
healthy.
you. Your
Stay
family.
healthy. Be good.
Take care, Paul.
Bye, Paul.
Well,
Bye-bye to everybody in the chat too. Bye-bye.
See you later, Uncle Paul.
Uncle Paul.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, you know, the drone technology has gotten so good. Like when the early days when you had to use like, you know, third-party radios, and then you had to install, you know, all the extra modules and gear and everything else, and you had to, you know, it was essentially like putting together a kit, and you had to, you know, get everything to work with everything, much like the RC helicopter hobby. But now, heck, you know, you got everything in this elegant package that's portable that you can throw into a backpack and go. And it shoots amazing video, is incredibly stable, and will do it over and over and over again. And it's something you carry over your shoulder. That's insane. It's crazy how the technology's
Do
gone.
you see what Captured Life
I mean,
Connection
just look at the
wrote?
size of the bag for that. It's, you know, it's tiny, really. It's the same, you know, it packs down to the same size as the Spark, for goodness sake. It's,
Do you see what Captured Life Connection wrote, guys?
Yeah.
Chat.
I never use the side sensors. I'm good. Oh, cool.
Man, I got a lot of traffic in front of this house today. Oh, man. Roxy's wondering what the hell's going on. So much cars, so many cars.
is there a road close somewhere, or is it just one of those?
Yeah,
days?
they closed the road at the other end. They're replacing a big culvert.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So everything's diverting down past you then.
Yeah, I just got the dog on the balcony there.
There's Baxter. There's a dog's life right there for you.
That's it. About another 3 hours and I'll be laying in the same position.
Are you looking at the screen, Kim? You're looking at the screen. There it is.
Oh, look at that, eh? Sexy, sexy.
Deepers.
Maybe
Do I ever
we
feel
can-
left out?
Hey, listen, I think, you know, once this stuff, once our travel restrictions are lifted, not only do we need to make an amazing Lollap Roger Palooza, but I think we may have to just get some overseas tickets and go pay a visit to David. Yeah. We're going to have a brunch and fly Scottish style.
So how long does it take to buy a boat to get there, David? Because there's no way I'm flying.
Oh,
idea.
Well, you know, we'll slip Carpenter Rick a few little vitamins and some alcohol. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. We may have to help him onto the plane a bit, but he'll be fine.
I had alcohol like once 10 years ago or something like that, but it didn't do nothing for me, so I didn't try it again.
It's like that.
Not a big fan of flying.
Not a big fan of alcohol or flying.
No.
Is it B.A. Baracus on the A-team? That's it.
You got it. That's it.
Yeah. You're going to get me on no damn plane.
Nope. My cousin has a Cessna, and I jumped in it, and she started it. I was out of there so fast. And I didn't know you had to. I didn't know you had to warm it up and all that, right? So I'm thinking I'm out of here, gone. She sat there for like 10 minutes. The other cousins jumped in, and off they went. I jumped in my. I think I was driving a Mustang at that point in time, and went for a tour.
Yeah, but what I find interesting, Rick, is that you can fly FPV and look down on a screen and see what your drone is seeing, and that doesn't faze you. It's because your feet are solidly planted on the ground.
You got it. Yep. If I was supposed to fly, I'd have wings. And the only wings I got is right there.
Hey, you never know with these. Have you ever seen those flight suits and now the new turbo packs they got? It's crazy what these guys are doing, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's right. Getting on a plane is crazy.
It's like my daughter went skydiving once when it was before she got married. She was engaged to one fellow. She broke it off, which was a smart thing to do. And then she took the money that she all saved up and she went on this crazy trip to New Zealand. And she did bungee cord jumping off the tallest towers. She did skydiving. And I'm thinking to myself, why would I ever want to jump out of a plane that's just, you know, I don't know, it's flying. I'm good, but I'm going to jump out of it, you know, in hopes that this parachute opens. And what kills me is I look at these guys that do these, what do they call it? Is it base jumping? Where you have the wingsuits?
Yeah.
I mean, they're flying like, I don't know, high above these rocks and crevices at an incredible speed. Yeah. Man, one little, and you're done.
Yep.
You're like a fly on a windshield.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? The last thing you'll see.
Yeah.
For me, I'd be dead the second I jumped out, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, he's not moving. What's wrong?
No, the heart would just go.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't think I'll ever regret, not skydiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That won't be on my bucket list. But I gotta
Hey
give
guys,
Donna
I'm
credit.
gonna end this stream because I am very, very tired right now, and I got something else to do there today. So
All right.
everybody in the stream, have a good one. We'll see us all tomorrow morning. If it's really nice tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go out flying early, and I'll be back on here, but I'll be here around 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So everybody, you take care in the chat.
Hope you get good weather, Roger.
Y'all be safe in the stream. Yeah.
Take care, everybody out there.
Here's
Phantom
guys.
Flight 101, Captured Life, Blind Neil. Everybody take care. Have a good one.
Hit that like button before you go.
Yeah, Recovery One Drone. Have a good day. Goodbye, everybody.